Hello, 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 everybody. This is Black Mermaid. How are y'all doing? I am here to, I guess, to talk about Rachel Meghan Markle. If that's how I gotta do it, I will be talking about each and every celebrity on this channel. Probably giving her some advice, maybe not. I don't know, but I gotta do something with this channel though. So let's see. A lot of you guys got some questions that you would like to have be answered. More than welcome to ask these questions. But also understand that you're gonna have to pay for each question. So $5 per question. You know what? $5 per question, $1 per question. $1 per question. Okay? So, let's see. Let me see. Okay. So I used to do this for you guys. This channel, again, will be for celebrity readings or infamous celebrity readings. I'm not sure. Okay? So, Meghan Markle, aka Rachel Meghan Markle. Let's see. I'm going to do a numerology. Okay. Let's start with numerology. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use her full name. I need her full name. Let's see. Rachel. That is 9 plus 1 plus 3 plus 8 plus 3. Okay. Break it down. 10 plus 8. No. 9, 10, 11. Plus 3. Break it down. 1 plus 2 plus 3. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Let's see if I spelled her name right. Okay, now for her middle name. MEGHAN. Break that down. That's 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 1 plus 5. 9 plus 8 plus 5. 99 is 18 minus 1, 17. So 9 plus 17 plus 5, 6. Oh, no. That's a 7. That's a 7. That's a 7. Okay. My bad. 8 plus 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 equal 4. Last name, Markle. Markle. So that's 4 plus 1 plus 9 plus K, which is 2, plus L, which is 3, plus E, which is 5. 5, 10, 11, plus 8, 5 plus 2 plus 8, 7 plus 8, 8 and 8 is 16 minus 1. 8 and 8 is 16, minus 1 is 15, equal 6. Okay, so her birth date is, go ahead and do the card for that one. So she's supposed to be 41 years old. Where is the Wikipedia? August 4. So it's 8 plus 4. Plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 1. Okay, now we do the birth year. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 10 plus 9. So that's 3 plus 1 plus 9. 4 plus 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Equal 4. Okay, now how do I want to approach this? Number 6. Number 4. So we got 2 6s and 2 4s. I don't know if the calculation is right. 2 6s and 2 4s, 6 and 6, 12. 4 and 4 is 8. 12 is 3. 3 equals 4. Let me see which deck would work best for Megan. You know what? I'm going to use the Goddess Tarot. Yes, indeed. I'm going to use the Goddess Tarot. Please make sure you actually make a donation. If you guys want a reading about Megan, you gotta plug in a donation. It's $1 per question. So, let's see. $1 per question. Goddess Tarot. I'm going to use every deck known to man. No, I'm just trying to hustle. Hustle, 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 maniac. Hustle, 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 maniac. Hustle, 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 maniac. Okay, so. Goddess Tarot. And as a matter of fact, you know what? No, this makes sense. I think I did it right. Okay, so Rachel Meghan Markle. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Let me see. 6 plus 6 plus plus 4, which is 12 plus 8, which is 3 plus 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, which equals 2. Okay. Okay, so let's start with her first name first. R-A-C-H-E-L. 4 of Swords. The Justice in reverse. Queen of Staves in reverse. Okay, we got the 4 of Swords, right? So, Megan is contemplating. She's contemplating, she's thinking, she is... it looks like she's supposed to be having some good dreams, but I don't really think it's about good dreams. I really think it's more about her needing some rest, her contemplating and meditating on her next moves, and I think that might be where her good dreams are coming from. The thing is that she's meditating and thinking about the injustice. So we're diving into her mind right now. She's having dreams about the injustice that is either being brought upon her because of her perception of let's see. Okay, let me say it like this. It's about the people's perception of her. Okay? She's having some dreams. She's contemplating, she's meditating on her next move. She's thinking about all the injustice. Now, what we know that she is a narcissist, right? Because her card pops up and she is a fire sign. So it's bad enough that she's an Aries, but she's an unhealthy Aries. Okay? She's not even looking at the Justice card. She's looking into the future. She's not looking into the past. So we got the past, the present, the future. We got the metaphor swords. We got the injustice card in reverse. Then we got the Queen of Staves in reverse. And all this is indicating is that this girl really, really is self-obsessed, self-absorbed, okay? She's thinking about it, she's thinking about it, she's thinking about it. She really is like, I can't even imagine her thinking about other people other than herself, which is why we get the injustice card, and which is also the reason why we get her card in reverse. She's a narcissist, and we all know this. Okay? Cards after this one. So that's R-A-C-H-E-L. So we got the King of Swords in reverse. Then we have the Balance card upright. And then we have the Five of Swords in reverse. Okay, so we got the King of Swords, and then we got the Five of Swords. Two air cards here. We got, well, actually, no, this is three. Okay. This is three more. This is her whole name. Rachel. So, well, I kind of put that backwards. There we go. Okay, Four of Swords, Injustice in reverse, Queen of Staves in reverse, King of Swords in reverse. We got the Balance card. And then and that's in the upright position, and then we got the Five of Swords. So there's a lot of air going around. There's a lot of, yeah, I would call this a tornado. And then we have Yemana. And I don't know if she is a water goddess. Let me see. Yemana. Justice is Athena. It says often depicted with an owl. Okay, so that's just describing the card. So the need to take a more detached viewpoint of a troublesome situation. Imagine yourself as wise as Athena. Are you being fair to yourself and to those around you? The ability to defend oneself so that justice may be done. Reverse states frustration with bureaucracies or organizations, impatience with red tape, which definitely describes Megan's situation. Then we have let's see. And we got, okay, so Yemena, okay, she's a Santeria goddess of the ocean. Okay, it says meaning behind Yemena, experiencing or seeking a deep sense of harmony and union, integration, moderation, balance between the spiritual, symbolized by water, and the physical, symbolized by earth or sand. She's in the upright position. But if she was in reverse, she would represent imbalance, inability to find peace within or with others, and lack of moderation. If only that was in reverse, because that would describe Megan's situation at hand, for sure. So we got the Four of Swords, we got the Injustice card in reverse, we got the Queen of Staves in reverse, we got the King of Swords, Yemena, and Five of Swords. So we got basically a forest fire with this one, right? Yemena is supposed to be a Santeria ocean goddess, but she's not enough to put the forest fire out. We got 3 sword cards and 1 fire card, and that one's a court card. Then we got the King of Swords, which is another court card, and then we got the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords, and those go neck and neck and hand in hand with each other. So basically, what this is indicating is the fact that not only has she been thinking about the past situation in regards to her life, in regards to her relationship with the royal family and her own family aside, but she's been causing a lot of chaos. She's in need of some balance and some wisdom, but she's not trying to pursue anybody to help her in guiding her to finding that balance between self-service and being able to serve other people. It's really unfortunate that she became the person that she is, but you know, I mean, the Five of Swords in reverse clearly states that This was something that was long, I want to say this is something that was long overdue, considering the fact that it was bound to happen. It was definitely bound to happen, right? King of Swords. It was bound to happen. She tried to manifest justice. She tried to manifest superior authority over the law, because the King of Swords does represent the law. But, you know, like the Five of Swords. And she's got, let me see, 2, 4. So she's got 2 reversal cards and 2 upright cards. 4 reversals and 2 upright cards in her reading. So this is negating the balance that she needs in her life. Okay? She needs to be put out. She needs to be washed out or flushed out. She needs that it's almost like she probably needs a water sign, you know, to kind of like calm her down, because she's doing too much. And a lot of people don't really think about this, but when you actually get a fire sign and a earth sign together, it, depending on the qualities and the personalities and depending on their state of mind, their relationship can either be toxic or it could be non-toxic. But unfortunately, Harry and Meghan both represent the inequality, the injustice, but they are basically the opposite of what they were supposed to truly represent. Earth signs are all about stability and within their own characteristics, within their own personalities. Virgos are very methodical, they are very calculating, but they always, they believe in getting things done, because if things don't get done, then things will never get done. And when you are dealing with people that don't get things done, it's really for you to get like called out, even though you, on a more positive note, are doing exactly what you were designed to do, right? So, yeah. This is very long overdue. This is just indicating that there was some chaos brewing. Meghan has been contemplating about it. She's been thinking about it. She's been thinking about the injustice, but it's not in regards to serving others. It's more about the injustice that is being enforced upon her, per se, considering that she has a victim state of mind rather than a victimizer state of mind. Even though she's victimizing a lot of people, we don't get to know the root cause of why she likes to do that, but I'm going to be digging deeper because this video is definitely going to be about her. But yeah, she's in need of balance, and she needs to rethink about what is her agenda, what she intends to do regarding her relationship with reality and with the real world. So that's Rachel. Okay, so now we're going for Meghan. Meghan is card number 4. Okay. So the first card is 3 of Staffs. Second card is the Princess of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. Then we got more air cards, 6 of Swords, and then we got the Magic Isis card in reverse. Okay, So what this is actually indicating, you guys, is the fact that she's convoluted. Okay, she's searching for new goals, new opportunities, new possibilities every chance she gets. But the thing is that there are three staffs, not one. Now, if she was all about herself, then she should be all about herself. But instead, she's getting some people involved, and I believe that the other two staffs may be Harry and Archie. Now, once we get to the four staffs, that's going to be Megan, Harry, Archie, and Lilybeth. Okay, but for now, she's plotting. Especially for Archie, considering he's their firstborn son. But the thing is that there's a lot of cloud over who Archie is and if whether or not he's a biological heir to the throne for Harry. But she's got some plots and some plans for Harry and Archie for sure. The reason why we get the Princess of Pentacles is the fact that Megan is trying to become the Princess of Pentacles. But the thing about the Princess of Pentacles, you guys, is that this is the Knave of Pentacles. This is the Page of Pentacles. This is not even the Knight of Pentacles. This isn't even the Queen of Pentacles. This is not even the King of Pentacles. This is the Page, which means is that she is in no position to create or do anything that she hasn't learned how to do. She needs to learn how to, first of all, and we all know this, she's talentless. And not only is she talentless, but I wouldn't even call her a strategist or a tactician. She's smart for getting herself involved with a lot of influencers with more authority and more power than she has. But the thing is that's why she's associating herself with them. Okay, it's because she's the Page of Pentacles. She is not the Queen, nor the King, nor the Knight of Pentacles. She hasn't manifested anything, mainly because she can't. But the thing is that she's not willing. This says that she's supposed to be open, but again, it's kind of like, no, she's not, because she hasn't been learning anything. But this is in the upright position. And as you can see, she's giving to the ideology of planning for the future ahead. Okay? This is a part of her contemplation. This is a part of her meditation. This is a part of her, I wouldn't say strategy, more like a plot for Harry and Archie. I say Harry and Archie because Harry is seventh to William and his family in regards to being next to the line of the throne, right? And Archie comes after him. But the thing is that if anything were to happen to William, his wife, and their 3 kids, hence the 3 of Wands, William and Catherine are already here. But Megan is like, she's trying to get Harry and Archie here as well. But there's so much for her to learn now. So much for her to learn, but she's not really patient. And the cards were backwards too, so let me see if I can go ahead and let me see. There we go. Swap. This is what it looks like for me. So here it is. This is what she's trying to do. Strategizing, tactizing, plotting. But she's not a thinker. She's not a mover. She's not a shaker. She just knows how to create conflict. Hence the 5 of Swords, even though it is in reverse. but just because it's in reverse doesn't mean it's a positive thing. It could just mean that it is in the making, or it could mean that it's going to be going on for a little while longer than what we hoped it would be. But you can see that the Princess of Pentacles is giving to the Six of Swords, as well as to the Magic card. And this card represents Isis. Okay, so this is who Megan is trying to be. She wants to be the Princess of Pentacles. She wants to lead the way, pave the way. She wants to be a creator, I would call her a salt shaker, a mover. She wants to get things done, but she's just like, as everybody clearly says it, it's like she wants to have her cake and eat it too. But the thing is that that's not how Hollywood works. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the ethics. You have to be, I want to say, accommodating and compliant and complicit if you want to get to where you want to go. Your ego, you're only are entitled to have an ego only when you can actually back it up, which is why I have a thing for Hollywood in that sense, even though I still think it's kind of fake, you know. It's like some people are, it seems like some people in Hollywood are trying to run away, and a lot of people who are in the entertainment industry are running away from their past traumas or past relationships. So it's kind of like, okay, you know, but for Megan, it's more like she's running towards something, but she's running away from the ideology that she thinks that her looks is what's going to get her to where she wants to go, especially in regards to being the Magician card. This is Isis. For those of you guys who are into Egyptian mythology, Isis is the wife of Osiris, okay? And Osiris and Isis relationship is kind of idealistic for me. I love it. I love their romantic story. The thing is that Osiris's brother had a thing for Isis, and because he couldn't have Isis to himself, or because he didn't get to Isis, he was kind of like, well, let me go on ahead and dismember my brother and send him to all aspects of the world, you know. But Isis, she loved Osiris so much that she dedicated her life to, first of all, collecting him, accumulating him, just so that she can piece him back together again. And that's Isis' story. Okay, even the Six of Swords. I think this actually is supposed to represent Isis in the first place. Not quite sure. I have to look that one up. But like anything wands is definitely Isis, I believe. So, like, for real though, Megan wants to be the creator. She wants to be the manifester, but she's not putting in the worth. She's not putting in the work ethics. She thinks her looks is what's going to get her to where she wants to go, but that can only go so far, considering the fact that she is not even a model. Now, if she was to have been a model, she probably would have been able to use her looks to get to where she wanted to go. Models are a part of the entertainment industry, but at the same time, they are their own industry. But the thing is that they do get associated with a lot of the elites and celebrities. So it's not like you have to be a musician or a singer like Zendaya, or even go as far as to be Halle Berry, you know, going as far as to be and these are just representations of true, like, women of color who are biracial, who can put their foot where their mouth is and walk that talk. Now, unfortunately for Megan, she's not the kind of woman to walk that talk. And so, therefore, not too many people are keen in recruiting her. Like I said, had she been a model, she would have been able to get from point A to point B. But she chose acting instead, which actually requires for you to have a lot more than just your looks. You can't just have your looks. You got to be able to back that up and be able to act. You gotta be able to get in touch with your emotions and be able to cry on cue. You gotta be able to sing. You gotta be able to dance, because acting actually is a higher pedigree of the entertainment industry, if I can say that. I say that because in acting, you are allowed to play as many roles as you want. You can be a musician, you can be a singer, you can be an artist, you can be an architecture, you can be a writer, you can be a harpist, you can be a flutist, you can be whatever you want to be. Within the music industry, you got to be able to sing or play an instrument and or write songs, let alone compose some music. Megan is not even a part of the music industry, so clearly she doesn't have talent in that, and she's never displayed or showed that she can be that talented. You know, she chose acting, which allows you to kind of vary yourself, kind of expand yourself. And she just stuck with the roles of the pretty girl, and she was just like, look, they're like, look, that's all you can get. You get to have 15 minutes of time. You are a side character. You're not even improvising. Had she been an improviser like Jim Carrey or like Jack Black or even some other gentlemen and women who improvise in their line of work in regards to acting, you know, you would have shot to the stars. She's not even Robin Williams. She's like, I mean, truth be told, she can't get anywhere just based off of her looks alone. Honestly, I said this once and I'm going to say it again from my previous video. If anything, she should have invested in her modeling career, especially if you're going to bank on getting from point A to point B based off of your looks. If you're relying on your looks alone, you should definitely get into modeling. But the thing about modeling that I have learned while I was thinking about getting into modeling myself, and I had to do a lot of research about that, is the thing about modeling is that it also leads you into the music industry and or the acting industry. So like even within modeling, you can expand yourself. You can basically have so many opportunities to explore yourself if you just took in the time to be an apprentice and say, I'm ready and willing to learn, and I'm going to be humble about it. You know, like I said, for Hollywood, if you got an ego, you better back it up. Because for the most part, you're either a descendant of somebody who is known within the entertainment industry, or you're somebody that's from the sidelines and you're getting into the entertainment industry, like Chris Rock, Kevin Hart, etc. You know, I mean, there's this one person. Let me see if I can look her up. I love watching her work. She was talking about Rachel Meghan Markle, so let me see if I can find it. What's her name? I'll go to my library. So like, oh yeah. Let me see. So one of my favorite, one of my many favorites channelers in regards to the British royal family and Meghan Markle. It's not P. Dina. It's not just P. Dina, but it's someone else. And she was comparing Meghan to a lot of white female models or actresses, and I was just kind of like, I was appalled by that, because Meghan is half black and half white. She calls herself white just to get to where she wants to go. She'd never been black until she got into the British royal family. You know, so like I was appalled by the fact that she would compare her to a lot of white female actors and stuff like that, because it was kind of like that's just the tip of the iceberg. This girl, she where is she? Let me see if I can find her. I was thinking to myself, this woman could have quite literally compared her to Halle Berry or Zendaya. Um, there are a lot of biracial female actresses that has had to deal with stereo stereotypism, if I can say that, of being a biracial. Let me see if I can find it first of all. What? Who is she? I forgot. That's kind of news. Oh my god, how further deep do I have to go just to find her? I've been watching all kinds of stuff. But yeah, she was comparing her to white women, and I was just kind of like, yo, don't just compare her to just white women. Compare her to black women and to biracial women. Because white women, especially in Hollywood, they've been acting for a long time, and the only issue that they had to deal with was being a woman. Now, for black women and biracial women, they have to deal with Hollywood on a different note, a different term, a different place, you know, a different attitude. It's not like white women where you're just like, oh, I got a relative who's a part of this shit, and so therefore I'm good at my shit too. It's not like that. It's more like, according to Taz, like, is that her? Dior Duchess or not? Let me see. And I was kind of like, this woman, you know, you just don't get to compare her to white women. You got to compare her to black ones and biracial women, because at the end of the day, she's talking about how she had to deal with racism from the British royal family. But then when you think about the history of Hollywood, you know, it was kind of like, you mean to tell me you weren't struggling like that over here in California? You know, even for California, it's kind of like, in California, they have their favorites as well. It's not just about race. You gotta have a certain physique, you gotta have certain features, you gotta have a certain skin tone, you gotta have a certain something just to make it in the entertainment industry. And during, I'm not sure. I think I was right about this one when Hollywood was born. I don't know if it was 1920 or even before 1920. I would say 1917 to 1920, something like that. When Hollywood was just being born, there weren't a whole lot of colored folks being a part of the acting industry. And during those times, white people were in fact racist. So they would actually like blackwash themselves to be black people, or they would portray themselves as Asian people, but they never hired like actual black people or Asian people. They just like colored themselves and dressed up in their outfits. Even as Native Americans, they were like, yeah, let's go and do that. Now, luckily for us, times have changed, and a lot of first timers, first Native Americans, first black people, first female actress, you know, everybody gets to be included into Hollywood. But the question is do you have the looks and do you have the talent to back it up? So it was just kind of like, cool. Thank God there actually are evolving, because at the end of the day, there's so many people with so much talent that it's kind of like dwindling away when they don't get to be given the amount of opportunities as per se the children of the entertainment industry. I think they were ran by white Jewish people too. So it was really kind of like, okay, well, at the end of the day, you know, that's just reality. You know, America gave the white Jews Hollywood. So it was kind of like, okay, right. I don't know why, but they did. Okay. But like for real though, times have changed and a lot of people have evolved, and we get to see different aspects of Hollywood that we don't really get to see. we get to see the pros and cons of being a part of Hollywood. I appreciate the fact that a lot of people are a lot more open about being in the entertainment industry than they were beforehand, because it was kind of like, you should never have to keep something like that a secret. I mean, first of all, it's intoxicating and it's not good for your health. Keeping secrets is never good for your health. And lying in order to keep those secrets will never be good for your health. So it was just kind of like, yeah. Well, anyways, I think it was according to Taz, and she was talking about how, and she was comparing to Meghan Markle to a lot of white female actresses. And I was just kind of thinking, I know she could pass for white. I know that. But I'm also aware that she is biracial and that her mother is black. So you can't just compare her to just white women. You have to compare her to black women and to biracial women. Zendaya and Halle Berry, despite how they may have gotten to where they are, truly are talented and remarkably beautiful women. They're not just their looks. And if you go into some shorts from about Zendaya, how she models her clothes, how she models her attire, her apparel is just phenomenal. And how she carries herself, like whenever she's ready to, just for her debut, she's like really on point, and I love that about her. I can learn something from her. And but when she's out in public, she wears some really good looking outfits. It's very definitely like expensive, but at the same time it's like very casual attire. Really good tomboyish kind of outfits. And I remember her showing people her two different walks. One is her casual walk and the other one is her red carpet walk. And I was like, she's awesome, you know. But like, then you gotta compare Meghan Markle to Halle Berry. Halle Berry has also started her life as basically like a biracial Barbie in a sense. But then they started kind of putting her into like some stereotypical movies, and then they made her the hot girl a few times. But you get to really see Halle Berry shine when she did Catwoman, and you also get to see her shine in I don't know if it was called 411, but it was the movie where she got to be the operator, and it was her job to link people to the police, or to link the police to the people who were being kidnapped and whatnot. And something, they didn't do their job, so she wound up going to look for the girl herself. And I was like, okay, Holly, you know. But it was like another talented biracial woman. Then you got Eartha Kitt, who too is biracial, and there's so many half black and half something else people in the entertainment industry who had to have their struggles, but they were so talented that they actually could back themselves up in keeping up with, I want to say, with the Joneses in a sense, because it's like, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. You gotta let people know that you're really good at what you do, and that it's not just your looks that you're trying to use to get in. And I think that's the point of being a part of Hollywood sometimes, is that your looks were supposed to be what gets you in. Now, what gets to carry you throughout your career, but throughout your time working in the entertainment industry, is whether or not you got the dedication, the humbleness, whether or not you got the talent for it. And it's just kind of like, if it doesn't matter what skin color you're in, if you don't have what it takes to back it up, you know, I mean, you either get in or you stay out. I don't know. But yeah, it's according to Taz. I don't know if I'm looking at the right video though, but either way, you know, it's just okay, you know. So next is Markle. So this is card number 6. Okay, so we got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Then we got the King of Pentacles in reverse, and this is what I'm talking about. The King of Pentacles is Prince Harry, but it's also the energy behind Meghan, okay? We got the Princess of Cups. Then we got the Moon in reverse. And what I did is I used numerology behind Rachel Meghan Markle's name to decide how many cards I get to use for her reading. And I also used her birth date, okay? So I don't know if Diana is trying to come into the picture. The Queen of Staffs comes back in. That's the last card though. So after the Moon card, it is the Movement card in reverse. Then it's the Queen of Staffs in reverse. And this is just like, there's just more reversals for her. So this reading is going to either make her, remake her, or break her, and hopefully she'll be humbled, way more humbled, when she decides to come back into the entertainment industry. She's dwindling away at this point. There's even some Black actresses like Queen Latifah, awesome. She is a lesbian who can play, I don't know if she's a stud, but she's a lesbian. Let me say her energy is that of a lesbian stud, but she plays a girly girl very well. I love that about her. And I love the fact that she can get in touch with her inner femininity to actually, get around men and play her character as somebody who is straight. I would like to see her kind of like branch out a little bit more because clearly she's like, everybody says she's a lesbian, so it's kind of like, let her be a lesbian too. Let her be not biracial, but like bisexual. I would love to see Queen Latifah be able to get in touch with that. I think Raven Simone, she's definitely a lesbian. I love her work and I love her personality and I love her. She's really awesome. I think she should be allowed to get in touch with her bisexuality as well. She always plays the straight, a girl who's straight, but I think you would get more out of a person if you allowed them to branch out with their sexuality versus like keeping them in a box. So Hollywood, please take that in mind and take it into consideration. And I mean, so many people are coming out of the closet these days, so it's kind of like, let them be them. Transgender people, it would be nice to see some changes, especially those kinds of changes. Anyhow, so yeah, we got the Ace of Pentacles. Meghan is not feeling this. This is her abundance being blocked. I don't know if she feels entitled to somebody else's abundance, but she is definitely not feeling the fact that she isn't being given the gift that just keeps on going. It's like, I want the blessings without the work. I want the accolade without the work. I want the attention without all of the work. I want all of the money without all of the work. I was listening to one of these channelers, and she was doing a podcast, I believe, I think Archetypes, but instead of her doing the Archetypes podcast like she was supposed to, she hired some people to do it for her, and it was just kind of like, well, that defeats the purpose of why Archetypes even existed. Come to find out, I think she took that name from some other group who was using that as well. Well, if you guys haven't realized, there's also a deck called Archetypes, so I don't know who's going to take responsibility of that name being spread out, but like, words are words as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, it was just like, she took the name from the people, and not only that, but it's like, because her and Harry weren't doing anything special other than like blackmailing and smash talking the royal family, and apparently her family, but I don't care about the family because we don't really know her story or their story in regards to why they're even separated in the first place. It's not about the past. It's more about who you are now and who you're going to be in the future for me. There's so many reasons as to why people can just walk away from their families. A lot of people get abused, a lot of people get neglected, a lot of people feel unwanted, a lot of people feel unloved, a lot of people, I think I already used abandoned, but some people do get sold. Some people aren't as blessed with true families who can protect them from the nastiness of the world that we are obligated to live in, and that nobody wanted to take accountability for and making some changes so that the future generation won't have to do that. They don't have to work as hard as the past generations would have to. If only the past generation actually took accountability for that, but no. But either case, it's like I said, we don't know the story between Megan and her family. We just know who she is now versus who she wants to be in the future. And we know that who she is now is toxic, just like it was back then. So her blessings, her intentions of receiving abundance is just like, it's not happening. And even Harry is just kind of like, you know what, enough is enough. I'm the reason why you're able to even do half the things that you're doing right now, and you got me slandering my whole entire family, and it's not like I'm not unaccountable for that. I have to hold myself accountable, and I hope to God he is holding himself accountable for that. But like I said, you don't know people's stories in regards to their relationship with their families, which is why you can't judge them for what is going on between them and their families. Now, what I can say is that Harry should be man enough to take accountability for what he says and does. That's all I can actually say. If you're man enough to take accountability for what you say and do, what you say and do, it's like, just own it. At least own it, So, so between Harry is also the fact that Megan is also trying to be the King of Pentacles. So she's trying to manifest everything out of nothing, right? A lot of people would say that, oh my God, she's just like, she's a spoiled brat, which she is because her father did that to her, but so did her mother. They have to be held accountable for that, As far as I'm concerned, she was probably never held accountable for anything that she has said nor done. And that's where things just started kind of like lifting off and then falling back down, then getting back up again, and then falling back down again. Is the fact that none of her family members, whether they were right in correcting her or not, they just didn't correct her whenever she was wrong, And because of that, I think it sacrificed them, their relationship with her. Or maybe there was just no genuine honesty nor transparency. I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend like I know. But what I do know is Megan's mentally bonkers. So, that clearly stemmed from her childhood. Maybe she got into the entertainment industry because she felt like she just wasn't getting enough attention from her family. Some people get enough attention, but then they start wanting more attention and then more attention, and it just never stops. So that's why I kind of feel like, that might be her case. But she's trying to be the King of Pentacles, and she's not the King of Pentacles. This motherfucker right here, you guys, he's not just somebody who knows the ins and outs of how to make things last or how to make things possible or how to make thoughts and emotions and communication into something that is physical. He is the abundant card. He's the last manifestation before entering into the Emperor card. So you get the King of Wands, you get the King of Cups, you get the King of Swords, and then you get the King of Pentacles. The King of Wands is all about ideas, ideology, ambition, tenacity, that drive that pushes you to keep trying until you become an entrepreneur or self-employed. You know, I love that energy, but it can also be toxic if you're not too careful. So then you get the King of Cups, and he's like the healer of the physical realm. He would be somebody who heals you from the outside in. So like if the King of Cups would basically represent a therapist, a counselor of sorts. Like they said, the healing would be more physical, and it would be more external, trying to become internal versus internal becoming external. The Queen of Cups is emotional healing from the inside working its way out, and the King of Cups is the emotional healing working from the outside in. Then you got the King of Pentacles, right? The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who can manifest all three of the other elements. He is the last stage before he goes through his metamorphosis or his ultimate transformation into becoming the Emperor, right? So this Joker manifests your ideas, your emotions, your ability to communicate, your ability to think, your ability to strategize, your ability to tactize, your ability to work with the law at its most finest and hopefully its most purest. But when everything is negative, it's kind of like, okay, you're just not healthy. Oh, okay. But yeah, so it's like this is in reverse. So like not only is she's like having trouble obtaining abundance, especially, I don't know if it's because she just like feels like she's broke. I don't know. But one thing is for sure, her and her mother may be lacking in the financial department where they can create something through their own merits, out of their own working ethics, etc. Apparently, her and her mother just got on top of it and just decided, let's use Harry to give us the opportunities, the blessings, and the accolade that we didn't have to work for. But, you know, the King of Pentacles can be the physical person, or it can be the energy behind a person. So next we got the Princess of Cups. And she's looking towards the future. Right now she's not, but like this one is the Princess of Cups. And she's looking to the moon, the movement, and the Queen of Staves. And I don't know if this is Diana because she's the Queen of Cups. Now this can represent a person, or this can represent the energy of a person, right? But the princess is technically not the queen, but again, she's like the child of the court cards. She's the page of cups. You know, so technically it's like she's a young maiden, which makes sense, you know, but she's looking towards the moon. She's looking towards the movement. She's looking towards the Queen of Staves. She's got her back turned against the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So she's looking away from the past, but it's looking straight into the future, right? The problem with this, okay, let me show you. Let me put it in my way. Okay, so this is what it looks like for me. It would be reversed if I actually put it in reverse, and that would show the reflection of what it's supposed to look like for you guys. But as you can see, this is what the cards look like. I would totally, let me see if I can get this. Okay, you can't really get much, so I'm not even gonna try. You can't really see the whole entire thing. Okay, so the Princess of Cups is coming up. I don't know who this person is. I don't know if it's male or female. It could be male, and it could be a relative of Harry, or it could be a relative of Meghan. I don't know. But whomever this person is, they're looking into the moon card, right? Then they're looking into the movement, and then they look into the Queen of Staves, right? Which is clearly indicating that something that's being hidden is being revealed, but it's being stagnant. It's being blocked. There's an obstacle that I think this might be more Harry, but Megan is in the picture too. So this could be Harry's depiction of his mom, and she's just like plopping or something, and she's just like, oh wow, oh, well I don't know, but I feel like okay, Diana maybe coming in to say something. I think Diana has come to say something. We got the goddess Diana. Okay, and the Princess of Cups she is actually looking like this. It's supposed to look like this if you actually read it from my perspective. So Diana is coming in, and she's looking at everything that Harry and Meghan are doing. Okay. Movement and obstacles are being blocked. Okay. Because of their choice of actions. Because of their decisions. So like, Harry's got his back turned against his mom. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. Not only did we get the Princess of Cups, but we also got the Moon Goddess Diana. So let me see. Princess of Cups, Princess of Staffs, Prince of Cups. Okay, the Princess of Cups, an adolescent girl, as beautiful as Venus, is crowned with a waxing moon, anticipating love, pleasure, and the ripeness of womanhood. She drinks carefully. I mean, fully. Okay, so the meaning behind this card is artistic inspiration and receptivity. A young woman who symbolizes the gifts of Venus, love, beauty, and emotional richness. Movement in these areas of life, grace. Reverse, the need to be more receptive to beauty and love. Overindulgence in imaginative fantasies. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about Diana. In ancient Rome, Diana was honored as the goddess of the moon as well as of the wild forests and animals. The changing moon reflects the cycles of nature and of life. Okay, so the meaning of Diana: support of women who truly care for you, intuition, the receptive aspects of the divine feminine, intense dreams. Reverse, feeling as changeable as the moon, discomfort with intuition, the mother. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Changing moon, feelings as changeable as the moon, discomfort with the intuition, the mother. Yeah, Megan tried to display herself off as the activist of femininity, the feminist of womanhood, the supporter of womanhood. She is not that. And Diana is just kind of like, yeah, you can't be my son no more. Yeah, that's in motion. Like, there's a little severance, you know. Yeah. Diana is standing in between Harry and Meghan, apparently. Diana did in fact die very, very young. Not young to the point where she would be considered the Princess of Cups, but she became the Queen of Cups later down the line. But this is the aspect. This is, I think, what she hoped for Harry while she was still young. I'm not sure, but she is coming out, and she's standing in between Harry and the abundance that comes along with Harry, and she's standing in between Meghan, the movement, and what she wishes to keep hidden. it's not just about the cycles, it's all about the moon represents everything that is under disguise, everything that's being hidden, everything that's being untold, unsaid and done. And Megan is just looking back. She's like, I'm not moving, I'm not getting anywhere. A lot of my secrets are being exposed. Why? Why? Well, maybe it's because you were too busy trying to be Diana 2.0. I don't know. So, like, yeah, even you guys know about her trying to dress up and smell like Diana, you know? It's like, I think Diana might be like, she's like, enough is enough. You did your job, okay? Like, I don't know. I really don't know. But what I do know is that Diana just popped up and she's standing in between the abundance that Harry has to offer Meghan and the movement and things that are being revealed regarding Meghan. So that was Marco. So let me go into let's see. Wild and Sacred Feminine deck. I wanted to use these decks because Meghan talks a lot of shit about being a supporter and an influencer of feminism. But like feminism doesn't mean what it used to mean back then anymore. So it's kind of like, yeah, good luck trying to make that one work out. I think Daniela might need to, I don't know. I kind of wish this thing was a little bit more deeper. Jesus. Let me just, there we go. Okay, so we're going with 6 again. Okay, so tell us what we need to know about Meghan. What's up with her? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but if you, well, I don't know. They probably got rid of it by now. I was about to say, if you guys look into Harry going to Meghan's crib in the middle of the night, I think you might be able to find him. Go into her crib in the middle of the night, and if they hadn't gotten rid of it by now. Let me see. Was it in Canada? I don't know. They probably got rid of it. Let me see. That's not it. Images. So old. God. I think they got rid of it. But yeah, the picture I'm talking about was the picture of Harry leaving a car with a duffel bag, and he was going. I don't know if he was going to Meghan's crib, but he was leaving a car with a duffel bag. So I don't know what to say. Can't really find it. I think they got rid of it. They're showing me everything but that picture. I wonder if it's in Canada. Let me see if I can say Canada. Canada, Toronto. I found it. I actually found it. This one. These pictures. God. I used to think about becoming an investigator or a PI, a private investigator. Hot damn. I just had to rephrase it. So this is the picture that I saw. Harry going into Meghan's crib. And, you know, how did they know that he was going to her crib? Plug in pictures of Harry going to Meghan's house in Canada, Toronto. And it's there. Just gotta dig a little deeper. Dig a little deeper. Just gotta dig a little deeper. It's amazing how rephrasing a sentence or words can get you to where you want to go. Just gotta ask the right questions and rephrase it correctly. But you saw it here on this channel. Harry should have. Bless his heart. Okay, so we got Bodhisattva, awakening, Lakshmi, abundance. Okay. Okay, what do we need to know about Megan? Artemis, untamed. Aye. We gotta do 6, so we got 3 more to go. Okay, we got put on down, healing, queen, sovereignty. Aye. Interesting, very, very interesting. One more card. One more. Oh, wait, got it. Oh, shit. Okay, well. We got 2 more cards. Interesting. This is an extra card. Dear gentleness. I don't know if I should make that first or put in the Tree of Life connection. So we got Bodhisattva, awakening. Then we got Lakshmi, abundance. Then we have Artemis, untamed. Apologize for the order. That's not how it looks. It's more like looks more like this. Okay, so clearly something is in need of being said and done for Megan. Okay, so this is healing. So I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend like I know. But I do believe that Megan may have experienced some sort of awakening. Okay, but instead of it being awakened, she's more awoke than awake. Okay? That's the nickname for little Missy. It's Duchess of wokeness. But this is clearly implying is that, okay, so she's aware of the abundance that she is to pursue. For her to have all of the opportunities that she had to be awakened. Whether it's for the best or for the worst, it doesn't matter. She was awoken, and now she is pursuing abundance, right? Here is the abundance. Then we got the goddess Artemis, untamed. And that's how she's been when she was around the British royal family. She was untamable. Which is an awful way to approach being a princess, let alone becoming a queen. You are not supposed to be untamable. You're supposed to be domestic. Artemis Untamable is aiming towards the curandera of healing. You can't really see it because I'm, So clearly, the awakening, the abundance, untamed, healing, sovereignty, gentleness, and then tree of life, which is the connection. So Megan was awoken to abundance for being untamable, right? I'm not sure if she went to a curandera, but I don't even know if she is a curandera. You got some good curanderas and you got some nasty ones. But whomever she went to for guidance and healing probably spoke to her about the queen and sovereignty, which is very interesting. And if you guys can, I was about to say, if you guys can notice this black woman's hair is almost like those white people way back in the old days where those white women had those big old cotton candy looking afros. If you watch Disenchantment, Tia Beanie, yeah, her mom with a candy afro, her afro kind of looked like that. But yeah, so she was probably told about a queen sovereignty, but I don't think the curandera was very specific on if whether or not she was supposed to be the queen. But it does make sense in regards to her behavior of being untamable within a community, a society, the public, a country where you're not actually abiding by the rules and regulations and the laws that are set before you, because you are part of the royal family. It's just like the motto, do what the Romans do. And Megan was marching to her own beat of her own drum. She was not prepped for that. She just jumped in and said, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I want to do, and this is what I need to do, and this is why I'm going to do it, whether you like it or not. And that's not the good kind of untamable. Artemis, I forgot Artemis, but she represents justice, though. I think she is the Greek concept of Diana, because Artemis is also a moon goddess, but she is a Greek moon goddess. For those of you guys who know your Greek mythology, Artemis is actually the Greek concept of Diana. Let me see. beautiful deck too, just in case you guys would like to have this deck. Shadow, woundedness, intimacy. Dependency. Okay. This is very interesting. Okay, here we go. We have they should have had this in alphabetical order because this doesn't make any damn sense. We got Artemis, which should be amongst the divine goddesses. Here we go. Domesticated. So what is wild? So what is wilderness? What are dreams but an eternal wilderness? And what is desire but a wildness of the soul? Louise Erdrich. When Artemis turns up in your deck, know you are being stalked by the wild. Greek goddess of the wildlands, wildlife, childbirth, and the moon. Artemis mirrors your untamed essence, drawing out your instinctual nature and connecting you to your primordial core. Follow her unfettered footsteps. Recall the raw energy that has lived in you since the beginning and learn to recognize the wildish stirring within you now. Artemis invites you to glimpse yourself half naked in the mountain spring. Behold therein your primal nature, reflected in the beauty of your tangled hair, the dirt markings on your earth warrior face. A card of free will. Artemis is a sign that your intrepid soul longs to be liberated from the cage of domestication and set loose to explore terrain of its own choosing. Unhindered by the desire to please or oblige, Artemis authored her own story, shaping a life and legacy based on remaining unerringly true to herself. She voiced her deepest desires to her father, Zeus, and proceeded to choose her home, her vocation, her companions, and her outfit. She shows you how to harness the fearless authority. Wait, is that right? 153, 154. Okay, yeah, I was right. She shows you how to harness the fearless authority required to stand up for yourself, speak your truth, define femininity on your own terms, and give birth to a new life, permeated but unapologetic authenticity. When you're not sure how to be strong enough, brave enough, let Artemis guide you barefoot back to the knowing embedded in your innate integrity. As a virgin goddess, Artemis belongs to no one but herself in the natural world. Her virginity signifies self-determination and strong boundaries as the fierce and independent huntress. Artemis wields her silver bow and acts swiftly to defend the unspoiled from rape, enslavement, or disrespect. She extends her protection to you, creating a sacred space for you to resurrect your wildness. With inborn regality and keen prowess, come home to your untamed power, the force you cannot live fully or freely without. Damn. So yeah. Then we got the Queen of Sovereignty, Deer of Gentleness. And then here's an extra card. Trio Life Connection. I just want to talk about Artemis. Everybody else is just fine. This is definitely about Megan. Like I said, she probably went to somebody for a fortune telling or something, and they probably told her that she was going to be sovereign. But the problem is that she wasn't looking at how to be a sovereign. She wasn't looking at how to be a queen. She was defining the queendom as well as the job of a queen based off of the conception or misperceived notion of Artemis. But the thing is that you're supposed to take your time before you jump into situations like that. You're supposed to know where you are, understand where you are, acknowledge where you are, accept where you are, and go on ahead and just say, you know what? I may not like the rules here, but I gotta respect it. You know, and maybe if I give it a 6 year, not a 6 year hiatus, but if I give this some time, maybe then I might earn my way into uh, being the artist that I perceive myself to be. You know. But yeah, apparently she wasn't looking at the concept of being a queen as having to have the need of being a mother, because queens are mothers. They are. So when you are a queen, it's almost like Queen Elizabeth the First, and how she was a virgin, and how she, well, I might be talking about the wrong Elizabeth. Elizabeth the First, definitely not Elizabeth the Second, but the mother of England was supposed to be Elizabeth, or Elizabeth the Second, and she was supposed to be a virgin until later in life, I suppose. But everybody called her the mother of England, you know. But it's just like that. It's just like that. And the reason why she was supposed to approach being a queen like a mother approaches her own child, and that is in regards to the gentleness of a parent, let alone a leader that is actually a parent of a country, is because everything was connected. This is the tree of life, you know. Megan was tapped into the source of England, like quite literally, more financially than anything else. So she had all of the abundance and all of the means, like right there. But she was like, no, I want to be a queen. I don't want to be an apprentice. I don't want to be trying to become a queen. I don't want to, you know. But then she also didn't want to put in the work. So it was kind of like, girl, that's why nobody liked you. You always trying to have your cake and eat it too. You want the titles. You want to play games. But the thing is that you can't have titles without having to back it up. You can't call yourself a dancer and not dance. You can't call yourself a singer and not sing. You can't be a queen without having to behave and act as a queen of self-authority. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you do have authority. The people are your authority. They say the great men even are the authority. The system of the royal family is the authority. So you got to know when to hush sometimes, you know. But when you have that kind of authority, they came with a major amount of blessings that Megan was like, I want the blessings, but I don't want any of the work. And then you wound up getting dropped on your ass because you don't want to put in the work. You know, you can't call yourself a queen and not be a queen, not behave like a queen. There's a lot of self-restraint that being a royal has to have in order for them to be the kind of people that they are. I don't think America knows anything about that, but like England for sure, they are known for obstinance in a sense. You know, they're known for self-restraint. Not the kind of self-restraint that Asia practices, but for damn sure like self-restraint over physical pleasures at least. You know, I don't know. It's been a while. I only go by world history and shit like that. You know, but like for real though, like I don't know what she was thinking. It's not hard to keep that money. It's not hard to keep the pleasures when you're part of the royal family. The fact that she didn't want to do anything like bowing down, not bowing down, but like bowing or cursing, having to go to all these events, you know, and be about other people and not just yourself. You know, when you go home, you can totally be all about yourself for sure. And when you start your own events, you could be about you, but you gotta be about the people that you're trying to care for too, because the sole reason you're starting your events is so that you can support these people, unless you got a hidden agenda. And Megan had a hidden agenda, and it's just like she did not learn. She did not learn it. She did not want to learn. And now she's here in America, and she's like, where did all the attention go? Where did all of the leverage go? Where did all of the love go? And when Harry goes, she's definitely gonna know that she's not shit. You're not talented. You're not even a model. You know, I mean, at least be a model, you know, but all that plastic surgery shit probably went to her head. You know, that's not good. That's a lot of like liquid shit in your bosoms, because she had breast implants. You know, nothing wrong with women with breast implants as long as you are having breast implants because you got breast cancer. That just makes the utmost sense, you know. But if you already got a bosom, stop trying to get breast implants. But then there goes like the lipid, the Botox, the scanning of the nose, you know, and it's just like it goes even deeper than that, and it's just like no, and you're like yeah, you know. But yeah, for sure, I'm just kind of like, huh. So that was the Wild and Sacred Feminine deck. Now I'm going to use the Sacred Oracle Feminine deck by Mallory Malmason. And the Wild and Sacred Feminine deck is by Nikki Duarte and Elizabeth Marklin, illustrated by Jenny Koski Shaw. This is a beautiful deck. I love this deck. Okay. Oh, God, no, I'm not done. I am not done. This video is going to be longer than this. I did her, Rachel, and then I didn't do Megan, so I gotta dump these cards out. Oh, you guys were gonna miss out on everything. I'm going by her name, and I did the numerology thing according to the total numerology on her name. So now I gotta do card number 4. I am not apologizing, but I do apologize. So Amaterasu Beauty. Okay. Muse, inspiration. Okay. Lover, intimacy. Damn it, I just read this all in the book. And then we got the Whale, memory. This is interesting. I don't have to use the exact same deck though, but I already did the 6 and 4 with the Goddess Tarot. Let me do the 6 and 4 with the Sacred Wild and Sacred Feminine deck. So we got Amaterasu Beauty, we got the Muse, inspiration, we got the Lover, intimacy, we got the Whale, and memory, right, you guys? So yikes much. You know the saying, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Yeah. Have you guys ever heard the term narcissist? And I'm not talking about the like term, but I mean like the character from Greek mythology, Narcissus, and I think Echo. I love that story. So Echo was in love with this dude named Narcissus, and I forgot which one of the gods it was, but the gods were like, oh, you guys aren't going to get together. So they cursed Narcissus into falling in love with his own reflection within a lake or a river or a stream. And Echo wasn't just like a spirit or a spiritual deity anymore. She wound up becoming an echo, within the caverns or the caves. So like when that happens, echo. And narcissist is the reason why we have the term narcissism, which is Meghan Markle or anybody else who are egotistically maniacal, self-centered, but can't seem to back it up because narcissist from Greek mythology, that was just a name. He wasn't really as in love with himself as they made it out to be. He was just named Narcissus. And, because he was cursed to love his imagery within a lake or a river or stream, that's where narcissism actually came into fruition. That's where it became a thing where you can just call any and everybody who is self-centered a narcissist, especially when other people that are within your blind spot or that are in your peripheral vision just don't get to be paid attention to. So it's kind of like it's just you, yourself, and I would say me, myself, and I, if I was to go in that term, but it was like you, yourself, and etc. Us. I don't know, but yeah, Amaterasu is a Japanese goddess of beauty. But the reason why I went to Narcissus and within Greek mythology is because this Amaterasu is in fact looking within the mirror. And it's just as I said, beauty is within the eye of the beholder. And I only say that not because of Amaterasu, but because of Megan and her capacity to be narcissistic. So all this is indicating is that Megan is about herself, and and to her she shines, to her she's valid, to her she's important, to her nobody else matters, and that's good, but to a certain degree, if you're not careful, that can be, then you could go from narcissist to Icarus, where you're using your father's project to shoot yourself into the sky until you get as close to the sun until you realize the wings were made out of wax and now you're plummeting to your death because you got too close to the sun. So now you're getting burned. So Megan is getting burned because she got too close to the sun, basically. So I'm using Greek mythology for this reading. But next we got the Muse, which is another product of Greek mythology. Muse or Muse, I don't know if they were called the Muse, I don't know. But if you go into Hercules, the movie, the cartoon animation of the movie, Hercules, because there's also Hercules, the live action TV series. But if you go into the animation, the movie, the animated movie, Hercules, the Muse are representatives of inspiration. And for those of you guys who watch Supernatural or who may watch Sandman, a Muse is the sole reason why a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, some people wind up becoming artists. So a Muse isn't just oh, well, I was about to say amuse myself, but it's not about amusing yourself. It's about being inspired to create something beautiful. It's about feeling inspired to create something natural. Plato, I think, is a philosopher, but if you go into Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, if you go into Socrates, if you go into, who else? Beethoven, a lot of these people were inspired for some reason, for whatever purpose, to create the things that they were creating. So the Muse, according to Greek mythology, they were spiritual deities that could in fact influence you to want to create something beautiful. Even I think his name was John Van Gogh. I don't know if John was his first name, but his painting, the Starlit Sky, I think it's called. I'm not sure. Van Gogh, he's very influential. He's easy to influence in order to create those paintings that he's created. Claude Monet, he's created some very beautiful work. Um, I mean, just awe-inspiring if you ask me, you know. But this is what I'm talking about, the muse. Um, in regards to inspiration. So a lot of these people were inspired to create something, even if it is like to create codes through your paintings or codes through cryptograms, you know, ciphering codes, you know, it's like that's very inspirational when you think about it. But I get the feeling that Megan inspires herself. That's how bad it is. I think it's like she is her own muse. She doesn't have anybody else to be her muse until she meets someone who is quite able to like accept her for who she is and where she stands and all of that. You know, there's nothing wrong with being your own muse because at the end of the day, people are temporary. Their loyalty, their commitment to you, their support system is very limited. So if you're not your own cheerleader, then who is? You know, you're not. Your cheerleaders aren't gonna last forever because there's always a reason why people want to hate you. But like for real though, Megan is intoxicatedly her own muse, if I can say it that way. A lover and intimacy. She's got the lover and intimacy card. Um, there's nothing wrong with self-love, but clearly this woman is alone. Clearly she's alone. All of these people, all of these women are actually alone. You know, the lover and intimacy card, you would think that there would be a partner in there with her to kind of like express that love and to express that intimacy. But this is more placated towards self-love and self-intimacy, if I can say that. You know, like she cradles herself. Next, we got the whale, which is the memory, which is a beautiful card, beautiful card, beautiful card. You know, I guess Megan is looking back into her past in regards to how she used to be inspired to do the things that she used to do, to love the things that she used to love. Self-glorification and self-identification and beauty, narcissists, you know, I think that's all stemming from her memory. She's just kind of like, she's infatuated with herself. Like, she just can never do anything wrong. And it's just like, okay, you know? Oh dear God. Please plug in more likes and please plug in more, bring in as many recruits to this channel as possible. If you guys do that, I give you free readings. Okay, and if just in case you guys don't want to do the private readings, what I do is I can give you guys a general reading, and that's how you guys can be appreciated for recruiting more BMO fans and recruiting me a clientele. You know, I give out free readings, so there is no like limit, you know. But like for real though, for those of you guys who would like a private reading, I'm going to send to you guys my Skype link and my donation links. So use that and make a donation to support my channel. I don't know how to work the Patreon, so use those until I can figure that out, especially in regards to how I'm going to like create like, I don't know, I was thinking like deleting those tiers that I have and changing them or altering them into tiers where I give out free readings and stuff like that. Or you can make a donation and I can talk, or I can just send you guys a Patreon video of whatever you guys will want me to talk about. You know. But yeah, that's what I do. The more clientels, you guys round up recruiting for me. I give you guys my attention. I give you guys your own private reading. For those of you guys who would like to support my channel, again, go to my Skype link and plug in your donations, and I'll give you free readings, whether it's about you or about your favorite celebrity. Facts. But, you know, clientele, you guys will be given free readings for the amount of people that you recruit for my clientele. Okay? And they make donations, so it's not like, oh, they're paying me right off the bat and shit like that. You know, it's gonna be like, you give me $50, I'll give you a private reading using 50 minutes or 50 cards. You know, so like I reward people's contribution to this channel through free readings. I wish I had a P.O. box so I can send you guys some of my products, like perfumes or something like that, but you know. Thank you, Incognito. It's been a while. Good to see you. I remember you. I love you too. Thank you for your support, girl. Please send in recruits and I will give you a free reading. A free reading or some free readings. Depends on how many people you will recruit. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we got loving. Okay, interesting. Beautiful card too. It's a little snake. Oh, beautiful snake. Then we got empowered. Okay. Okay, so Megan, I hope you're watching this. We got psychic. Beautiful card. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Then we got wise. Beautiful deck too. Then we got generous. And then we got untamable yet again. Okay, so like I said, Megan, I hope you're watching this because this is speaking to you specifically. If you really want to go wherever it is that you want to go, you can't keep yourself blocked anymore, okay? I don't know if you are in pursuit of love, unconditional love. I don't know if you're trying to pursue whatever your intentions may be, however your approach towards obtaining that is supposed to be. I'm here to let you know, girl, your route in handling people in general, whether you are a politician, a princess or a queen or a high priestess, you know, your approach towards handling people is not going to be to your favor, okay? You got to be more loving. This is for you, Megan, okay? You got to be more loving, sweetheart. This is card 19, right? Card 19. Let me see. Let me use the booklet. Card 19. That's 11. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, the Sun card. Okay, Megan, like I said, I hope you're watching this. I don't care if your feelings are getting hurt from what I previously just said. This is a message for you, okay? First of all, you gotta be more loving. This is card 19, so this is for the Sun card. And according to the Goddess Tarot, the Sun card in Russian mythology, the three Zoria, or Zoria. For those of you guys who are Russian and are watching this video, please correct me. Please correct me. Okay, are goddesses attendants to the Sun god, as well as bringing warmth and light to the world. The Sun represents the brightness of intellect, creativity, and fertility. The Zoria. Yeah, you please, tell me if I'm botching this. Okay, so the meaning behind the Sun, an expansive, life-affirming energy, creativity, relationships with children, fertility, love, masculine or yang energy. In reverse, unwillingness to accept affection, blocked creativity, problems with expanding to the next phase of project, feeling thwarted. Megan, get your shit together, because they just solved your fucking problem with this card. In order for you to in order for you to have whatever life that you're trying to pursue, you just gotta stop being unwilling to accept affection. Accept affection, but also, like I said, love, okay? You love. Because, sweetheart, you're creating way more enemies. That's going to be your downfall, but at the same time, that's something that you're supposed to learn. So nobody's going to help you fix your problem. You got to fix that for you, but I'm just saying that this is what the Spirit Realm wants you to know. Okay? So the reason why you lack creativity is because first of all, you don't fucking try. Okay? You use your looks to get you from point A to point B, which is a bad idea considering the fact that you just disowned the ideology of being a model. So it's like, I don't know what you were thinking for pursuing acting. Please stay away from politics, and please stay away from the music industry, okay? And it's not to save you from them, it's more like to save them from you, because, sweetheart, I don't know if you know this, but not everybody likes you. Well, you're making everybody hate you, so it's kind of like really your thing. Which is why I'm telling you to be more loving. Not just towards yourself, but to share that loving energy with everybody. Okay? Your blocked creativity is mainly due to the fact that you are unwilling to accept genuine affection from people, and that's why you're like snitty. That's why you're just kind of like always pushing people away. And that's why you're just kind of like, okay, I got problems with expanding to the next phase of a project. Girl, this is totally you. You are the Zoria for the Sun card for the Goddess of Tarot. Quite literally, this is just an expansive, life-affirming energy. The Sun card is the Sun card. I was about to say this is your zodiac, but that's not your zodiac. Strength is your zodiac, but you're not tapping into your inner divine strength, nor are you tapping into your physical strength, your mental strength, your emotional strength. I don't know who gave you the mantra that you aren't shit and that you don't have to try and keep trying to get better at whatever it is that you do. I don't know who told you that you can solely rely on your looks just to get you from point A to point B, but whomever that person is, girl, they were fucking lying to you, okay? That's why you feel thwarted. You know, you can bullshit with yourself all you like, but at the end of the day, like, you're treating people like garbage, you're gonna be treated like garbage too. You don't have talent to back up everything that you say. Clearly, you're just like, I shouldn't have to prove myself to anybody, but you do. You do. We don't live in a world where you get to have your cake and eat it too, in regards to like having that finance to sustain you without you having to put any work into it. That God says faith without works means nothing, and works without faith also means nothing. So girl, I don't know who was lying to you, but they lied to you straight to your face. They told you that your looks was what's going to get you to the very top, and you didn't choose to become a model. You chose to become an actress. That was a bad part of judgment. That's a lack of judgment from your part. Okay, you can say, okay, so like 19 is not just the sun card, right? It's also card 10. Card 10 is for completion, for wholeness. Okay, your card 10 is where you get to have your family, your emotional. You get to be emotionally healed through the 10 of Cups, through the 10 of Pentacles. Your legacy is going to be blessed. Your legacy is going to be cared for. Not only your legacy, but your legacy is going to inherit whatever it is that they were supposed to inherit. But the thing is that because of your actions, Megan, your legacy is going to receive nothing but a downfall. Okay, too late for that because years later now. So better shape up or get shipped out. That's for sure. Nobody wants to look at you no more. And they don't have to apologize for it either, because you were being a dick to basically everybody. I don't know if it's just you. I don't know if Harry had a lot to do with your shortcomings as well, but you're milking him. So, and you got him to disown his whole entire family and friends, and he chose that too, because he wanted you to be safe. He wanted you to know that he loved you. He wanted to know that he was there for you. But you haven't been there for him, so that's very unfortunate. Okay, like I said, 10 of Pentacles, legacy and inheritance. 10 of Cups, emotional healing and completion and happiness and love and laughter and joy. That would have been a great blessing for you had you known how to accept that, acknowledge that, and appreciate that. Sometimes it's not having luxury that's going to make you happy. Anybody that said that was bullshitting with you too. Sometimes it's just being able to live, laugh, and love. That's really just something that allows you to appreciate life even more than just having all of your financial woes being dealt with and knowing that you don't have to like struggle financially anymore. I totally get it, but still, your way of handling that shit was bad luck on your part. Okay? So then there's the 10 of Wands, like whatever burden you think you're carrying, whatever burden you are carrying, even if it's not the burdens of your family, whatever you feel like, whatever is weighing heavy on you, get over it. Okay, get over it, and not only that, but allow yourself to heal, because 10 of Wands, it's like the Aries, the Leo, and the Sagittarius card. So it's kind of like that's a part of your fucking card. The Ace of Wands, the Ace to the 10 of Wands, that's all in your chart. Yeah. So you gotta figure out how to deal with that. So not only is that the not only does that equal completion in all of these categories, even the 10 of Swords is kind of like the end, So the 10 of Wands is burden, 10 of Cups is love, laughter, enjoyment, and fulfillment. Then the 10 of Swords is like the end, and the 10 of Pentacles is legacy, healing, physical healing, and abundance, and health, and in finances. But that leads to the 10th card also leads to card number 1, which is the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords. So not only did 19 just deliver you completion and wholeness, but completion and wholeness in being your own person, being an individual person. Not saying that you're supposed to stay alone and be alone forever, but it is implying that if you want to feel like an independent person, if you feel like you want to be reborn, You gotta be complete in other areas and not just be like, I'm only gonna half-ass all of the other shit and just be invested into one category. And Megan, you're only invested in the wands category. You're not investing in the emotions. You're not investing in the connections. You're not investing in the communications. You're not investing in strategizing and tactizing for empowering people and helping people heal. You're just like you're not there. You're not there. 10 is completion. 1 is independence, solitary confinement, solitude. If whether or not it's positive or negative, it depends on entirely on you. So if you feel like, oh my God, people aren't doing enough for me, it's mainly because you chose to work on your own. It's not because people weren't offering help to you. People were offering help to you. You were just greedy and stupid enough to not appreciate them for it. And then they were like, oh, and you're talentless too? You know, and it was kind of like, yeah, one thing led to another. And they're just like, you're ungrateful, little shit. So, like, it's okay to be the Ace of Wands to the Ace of Pentacles, but it's another thing to be the 10 of Wands all the way up into the 10 of Pentacles, because that only indicate that the only way for you to feel complete is for you to associate yourself with the whole entire world and to connect with the whole entire world, or otherwise you're just all over the damn place. So next you got the Empower card number 3. So like, yeah, self-empowerment is cool, right? But then you gotta look at the fact that you got the 3. The 3 of Wands. We all know that you like to pursue new projects and new goals and new endeavors without thinking twice about it. Which if you have the Knight of Swords in your chart, which is like Libra, Gemini, and what is it? Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. You know, if you got any of those signs in your chart, chances are, girl, you better get your shit together, because that's going to lead you into the 3 of Swords. And that's before you get to the 3 of Cups, because you got the 3 of Cups, it's just in reverse. So nobody wants to associate themselves with you, mainly because you're disassociating yourself from them after they just help you get to where you are. Next thing you know, you're probably going to disassociate yourself from, what's his name, Homeskillet, Andrew, some shit, you know, and that's a bad idea, because he knows all of your shit, you know, just like your ex-best friend that you chose to disassociate yourself from knows all of your shit. And the fact that she hasn't been talking, it's like, wow, she's a really good friend, even though you just kicked her out of your life because of what some other black shit just said about her. Oh, you're racist, and now you're disassociating yourself. That's not a real friend. If anything, a real friend would have been like, hey, girl, are you okay? Why are you being a little petty and pious and pathetic and racist to boot? That's a real friend. A real friend will call you out on your shit and stick with you. And you either get straight or she'll leave your ass behind. But you left her ass behind. So clearly, you know, she didn't have time to correct your ass. You know, but yeah, and then there's like the 3 of Swords, which is heartbreak, but again, it's kind of like that's all on you because you've been breaking a lot of people's hearts. So of course that shit's gonna be coming right back around. Oh, not to mention, before I move on to the 3 of Pentacles, the 10 and the 19. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Yeah, 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. So it's not you're not gonna receive any money. You're gonna be receiving a huge ass load of an ass whooping from karma, because that's what you get for like thinking that you can actually get from point A to point B, not only with people or through other people's help, but not showing an appreciation for it. And not only that, but you also were crazy enough to kind of like disassociate yourself from them. And not only that, but you're just kind of like kicking them out of your life because you no longer have any use for them. So they have all the means and ammunition to go against you if that's what they want to do. And I'm kind of like, you know what? They should go for it because you need to be humbled. You need that humble pie, Megan. You do. The unfortunate thing about air signs and fire signs is that they are like, I guess even earth signs and water signs, they can be hella fucking stubborn when things don't go their way, or when things just aren't working out, or when things is just kind of a little iffy. I don't know, but you know, stubbornness is not always a virtue. Sometimes you just gotta get that humble pie, you know. But you definitely got some karma shit going on, Megan. Especially from your next partner, once you decide to drop Harry. Oh, not to mention you got the Magic Isis, but like I said before, it's like Magic Isis. Girl, you're nowhere near that. Chances are all of this shit, just because these cards are in an upright position doesn't mean the other shit was in an upright position. Your shit was in reverse all the way. I didn't actually shuffle these any reversal in upright positions or anything like that. So clearly all of these oracle cards are basically upright. But that doesn't mean like you shouldn't be upright. You should be in reverse because you need to learn your lessons first. So now we move on to the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Stop making contracts with people. Stop making some agreements with people. Okay? Because you're not going to fulfill them. And they all know this now. And they know better now. And they don't have to fuck with you because they all know you ain't got no fucking talent. Okay, Megan? Humble pie. Humble pie. Okay? Next, we got 35. Psychic. Right? Beautiful, beautiful. You got an eye. And their eyelashes are trees, right? Trees for wisdom and knowledge because they do inherit a lot of knowledge and wisdom because they've been on this earth a lot longer than any of us people or even animals ever could have. You got the water coming down. That's been on this planet a lot longer too. We got the night sky, the clouds, what looks like the crescent moon and the full moon. But this is a psychic, and then it's got a ladder, so it's climbing up. So like, Megan, while you're climbing up and shit, you need a real psychic to really call you out on your bullshit so you can know what to fix, okay? Because you're not gonna wind up with a whole lot of friends at this point, y'all. You had some homies, but like I said, your downfall, your ego was your downfall. Your narcissism was your downfall. The fact that you didn't own up to half the shit that you were saying, and owning up to your mistakes, and owning up to your crimes, and owning up to your sins, and yada yada yada. Because of that shit, you're just kind of like, you're losing people, girl. Losing. So you do need a psychic, but you need a psychic that is of the night. You do not need a psychic that is of the fucking day. They can't show you shit that is not going to be concealed, right? No, everything's going to be concealed because everything is during the day. Everything looks pretty during the fucking day. But can you see the truth of reality in the middle of the damn fucking night? There's a reason why we get the stars, and there's a reason why we get the moon. Right? We get to be navigated by the stars. We get to be guided by the moon. Hidden knowledge, hidden wisdom. It's available to you, but you gotta get the right psychic bitch in order to reveal a lot of things that you probably would prefer to be kept hidden. I'm not apologizing, okay? You gotta understand that you are your own downfall, and that don't nobody owe you a damn fucking thing. So 35 equals 8, right? 8 of Wands. It's like everything is in a travel pack. Megan, you are already traveling, moving around. You don't like to stand still, so we get that. A lot of messages that you have been receiving have been coming at you rapidly, right? We know this. Then we go into the 8 of Cups. Girl, you don't know how to let go of shit. You know how to let go of good people, but you don't know how to let go of that nasty ass attitude that cost you those good people in the first place that had the tenacity to help you. If I had that kind of like society or community that had my fucking back the way that they had yours, even though you were pretty nasty, it was kind of like, I mean, quite seriously, they let you just waltz your waltz your white passing ass right into the royal family, and they were just like, oh, man, she got in, hey. But it was like, no, you should have warned the royal family, and the royal family should have done their fucking homework before recruiting her into the family, before treating her like she was just preordained to be a part of the family, because now it's kind of like, oh, so much for my judgment, I was right, my intuition was on it. I didn't need any evidence to be proven that she was guilty of like what is considered to be a public disgrace of a genocide through social media. I was like, oh. But thank God, because at the end of the day, it's like, cool, right? Then you go into the Eight of Swords. So Megan, while you thinking you got your shit together, you're feeling trapped. You should be feeling trapped, okay? You haven't really done much that was worth getting you untrapped in the first place. You put yourself in a position where not only have you been taking your help for granted, but you have isolated yourself from people who could have helped you, who would love to have helped you, and not only love to have helped you, but they saw your ugliness and let you walk into the royal family too. And I'm just like, whoa. If I did that shit, it would definitely be on top of my ass. But like, apparently, when you pass for white, it's just like you gotta get right. But like, nobody thought you were black though, so it was kind of like, okay. But yeah, like for real though, it's like now you're getting yourself stuck. But now ain't nobody gonna be around to help you. So like, you did that shit to yourself. You shot yourself in the fucking foot. Okay. Now it's time for you to fix yourself up and not ask anybody else to do that. Like I said, if you're going to get a sidekick, sweetheart, it's best for you to learn how to become your own sidekick so you can guide yourself and go to God too. And if you're anything like me, go to polytheism, because they don't just have a male god, they also have a female goddess, and that female goddess can definitely help you awaken yourself to the absolute truth about how you are to really care for the people that actually have been supporting you. Everybody thinks that they are entitled to good people and they get to treat them like trash, and then it's like, no, you're not entitled to good people. Not every good person is going to stay a good person, because there is a tipping point, there is a breaking point, and some people have a stronger will than others. But we can't be like, oh, you should be the same as us. No, they shouldn't. Not everybody has a strong will like that. So for those who have a breaking point, guess what? They have that breaking point and they say enough is enough. And some people, breaking point means serial killers. It's like, let's keep it 100. Some people who wound up having a breaking point turn up to be a killer. Like abusive wife, abused wife by an abusive husband, breaking point, ready to snap, especially if she ain't trying to save herself, let alone her kids, from that toxic masculinity that she is allowing herself to endure because she's trying to be a good Christian woman. Don't ever do that, people. Don't ever do that. I know people are like, oh, you should be doing that, but those are the people who think that they are entitled to you being a good person. Don't ever do that. Okay? For real. You're going to become one of them if you haven't already. So, as I was saying, breaking point. So next thing you got the Eight of Pentacles, which is where you really get to hone in on yourself. So start focusing on your healing. Hone in on your healing skills. Mostly, when I say healing skills, I actually mean focus in and hone in on your self-healing skills, because you can become a healer once you learn how to heal yourself and acknowledge that you have a part towards how people get to treat you and how you have allowed them to treat you and how you've been treating them and how they've allowed you to treat them, and it's like, again, you met some really amazing people who just let you walk into the royal family just like that. I mean, without a background check. And if they did do a background check, they wiped the whole entire damn fucking thing clean. So it's like, oh my God. If I had that kind of leverage, I would have been like, oh my God. here's some cake, cupcakes, here's some, I made you some alcohol beverages, your favorite shit, like, there you go. When you meet people like that who quite know you for a sinner that you are, and they still believe that you deserve good things to come to you, even if you didn't earn them, even if you are talentless and you didn't have to work for it, it's like, yo, by God, appreciate them. Not everybody's got to be nice. So, I just did the 8 of Ace, the 8 of Wands to the 8 of Pentacles. Now, we got 31, which is wise. Okay? In here, we get to see the motherfucking owl. The owl of the night. Another teacher to help guide you in the middle of the fucking night. Okay? So 31 equals 4. So in order for you to be able to use your intuition to that higher, I want to say altitude, but I don't know. You gotta be able to invest in that. You gotta stabilize it for the 4 of Wands. Stabilize it. Stabilizing your marriage is definitely, it should definitely be a part of your priority. 4 of Cups. Stop yearning for shit that you clearly don't need to have. Because at the end of the day, Megan, it's just like, yo, you keep wanting something every time something new pops up. Just stop. You want to be an actress, and you tried the actress, you wanted to be a model, and then you want to be a politician, and the more you want a variety of things, the more things are never going to get done, and the more uncommitted to all of these projects you're going to be. So you need to stabilize yourself. You are a Leo or Aries, I forgot, but either way, you are a fire sign. So I know, like, fire signs have the tendency to burn a lot of their bridges down if they are toxic. So, like, hopefully you'll wisen the hell up and realize that don't nobody have to feed your forest fire all the damn time. Throw some sand and dirt on your ass and, they can put your ass out. Use a fire hydrant, use a fire extinguisher, you pray for rain, get some water, and they can drop all that shit on top of you and you're just out. It's like, oh, we done, start another forest fire and we're going to have to take you out again. It's like, thank God for those people too. So that's for the 4 of Wands. Next thing is the 4 of Cups. Okay, then we got the 4 of Swords, which was just in your previous reading. So get to contemplating, get to meditating, get to, like, tap into your inner goddess and God, and talk to Father God and or Mother Goddess, and learn yourself ASAP, or otherwise, your ass out. And don't nobody owe you shit. You took way more than what you were willing to give, and they all know that. So they know they don't owe you a damn fucking thing. You can be like, I'm a struggling single mother, but then it's like, yo, you chose that route. You know that, right? That's how we work. That's how the real world works. Like, what struggling single mothers are everywhere. The only ones that wound up making it are the ones who didn't hold themselves back and was like, you know what, let me not be afraid to shine and go on ahead and just do my own thing and pray that my own thing can bless me tremendously so I can take care of my kids. Megan, if you don't appreciate Harry for all of the access that he and the investment that he is putting into you, because he is the sole reason why you are where you are, honey, and you burnt a lot of your other previous bridges down. So once Harry is out of the fucking picture, you burnt that relationship down to the ground as well, and your ass out. And if anything, if he's smart, he will take your ass to the UK and be like, Dad, I want to divorce her. He can say that. He can say that, and with his father's support and his family's support, and depending on the circumstances of America, everybody would agree to disagree maybe, and be saying, okay, Megan, we know you had these kids, but you're abiding by the laws of the UK and the royal family. So when they say that you need to give them your kids, give them your kids. You know you're not going to take care of them. Plain and simple as that. That is the owl of the night. Wise one, right? Then we go into the Four of Pentacles. Stop holding yourself back. Stop prohibiting yourself from giving love. Because I think if you give just as much love as you take love and support and help from other people, you probably would have gotten a lot further in the royal family than you actually did. But because you just didn't do that, you know, you're just like, you're tripping. Yeah, Four Pentacles. Stop restraining yourself. Allow yourself to give to people as much as you take. So next we got the 24, which is the generous card, which is what I've been talking about. Girls, you are not generous at all. Okay? You're not generous as a woman. And if you were a dude, you would still be a degenerate. Okay? Just ungenuine. And your generosity is just is a pathologically habitual lie. So like, don't forgive me, I'm right about this. 24 equals 6. 6 of Wands, obtaining victory. But because you are who you are, your 6 of Wands, all of these cards, quite honestly, all the ones that I've been talking about are going to wind up in reverse until you actually set yourself straight. So these are all, I'm giving these cards to you in the upright position, but the only thing that's upright is the oracle cards, nothing else. Your tarot cards are always going to remain in reverse until you fix your shit. So like 6 of Wands, victory. You're not going to achieve any victory whatsoever. The only victory you're going to achieve is pointing out to the fact that, you know, you've been getting away with murder since day one. You know? And now you got to deal with the repercussions because you got to deal with the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is like, okay, so a lot of that stemmed from your childhood. Blame your parents. Talk to your parents about it before they croak, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's just like this. When your traumas is familial based, society based, and community based, etc., and they help groom you into the person that you are today, double noted, you got to talk to them about why they groomed you that way, why they raised you that way, why they abused you, why they neglected you, why they up and abandoned you. I think I already said that, but I don't really know. I don't know. But at the end of the day, girl, like, for real, you got a little heart-shaped heart right here. You know? This woman is like asleep in her mind and probably dreaming. And she got the stars of the night. She got the hills. She got the grass, the greenery. You know, she knows what's what. Then you go into the 6 of Swords, Megan. You can try and escape from reality as many times as you want, right? It's not going to change the fact that you need to become a better person. You can be as selfish as much as you want, but that shit is not going to last long because not everybody's going to keep putting up with it forever. I mean, nobody is really putting up with it now, but like, enough is enough, you know? Then we go into the 6 of Pentacles, which is where the karma comes into play. It isn't karma yet, but it is about giving and receiving. So, like, Megan, if you want to give love, if you want love, you got to give love. If you want to give fear or hatred, guess what you're going to get? Fear or hatred. So, make sure you understand that that's where you're leading yourself towards, and understand that nobody's at fault but you. Okay? Then we go into the 6 of Pentacles. Yes, the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, that was the giving and receiving card. So, onward. 4. You got untamable. It's okay to be untamable. Women were supposed to have the balance of being domestic as well as being untamable, but you're supposed to be able to differentiate the right from the wrong place on when it's time for you to be untamable. Megan, you picked the wrong time and you picked the wrong damn place. You picked England. You didn't study his culture. You didn't even think twice about his culture. You don't even know his world history. And considering the fact that England's broken record bastards took America from the Native Americans, you would think, oh, well, let me study world history so I can know, or U.S. history more specifically, so that I can actually dive a little deeper into how England works, how their state of mind works, how America works, because again, the people that took America from the Native Americans originally came from England. Take that into consideration as it may. Your dad is English, okay? He's a descendant of the English, or maybe not. Probably so and so. There's a lot of intermingling and mixing since America was born, so yeah, But for real though, girl, pick the wrong place, wrong time. You don't know shit about England. A lot of women here in England know about England, and they did not need the news to watch some English woman get married in order to know it. We all know America's U.S. history. The fact that you never took the initiative to get to know it is a problem, because that should be like one of the key factors of why you managed to get through high school in the first place. They throw all kinds of shit at you. World history, U.S. history. They don't do ancient history, which kind of sucks, but if you go into college, they'll teach you a thing or two about that for sure. Or if you're lucky, you can just go on ahead and watch History Channel, which is where I learned a lot about white folks on the History Channel. But I also got to learn about a lot of other cultures on here too, so it's not like just white folks, but you can learn a lot about white folks on world history. Now they're talking about alien stuff, so I don't know how that's going to work out for you. But yeah, whatever. For real though, damn. What was I saying? Meditation, stability for untamable, knowing the right time and place to be untamable. I said that. Knowing the history of the people that you intend to live with or not live with. For a biracial girl, you would think you would know your own history, but that's got nothing to do with me. That's got everything to do with your parents and what they were trying to do with you. Fun fact though, I think I said a lot about the fourth card, card number 4. Card number 4 for one, stability and stability within marriage, creating stability for your family. 4 of Cups, yearning for something that you may or may not wind up having is part of that too. 4 of Swords, contemplation, meditation, etc., etc., etc. It's not going to change. I'm pretty sure I was talking about this. And then you go into the 4 of Pentacles, which is holding yourself back. So, yeah. So, last deck. Oh, wait, no. I would love to, give myself a break, but I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to give myself a break. Now I'm going to 4. And this is all according to your numerology in your name chart, okay? So you got 2 6s and 2 4s. 1 for your first name, which is not your middle name, your first name, Rachel. Then your middle name, Megan, is number 4, and then we go into Marker, which is also number 6. So you got 2 6s and 1 4, which equals 12, which equals 3, and that explains the 3 thumbs up that I have on my computer. So, you know, but yeah, and 3 plus 1 equals 4. So, yeah, yeah. And then you got 2, but I intend to use this deck for the 2 cards instead. So, solitary, yes, you're heading there. Got a little solitary key. Yeah, you might want to go into solitary confinement, which is exactly where you belong. You need to go into solitary confinement because you need a whole lot of self-healing, okay? It's really unfortunate, these cards. You got the abused. Card 14. 3, 39 is 10, 11, 12. 12 equals 3. I'm not going to explain that any further. I already said that shit. Card number 14. 5. Okay, so this is the abuse card, which is perfect. It's absolutely perfect because the 5 of Wands is conflict, chaos, and competition. Then we got the 5 of Cups, which is like apathy, basically. Emotional detachment. It's like, oh my God, I don't have any emotional connection to anyone or anything. And that's what happens when you put yourself in solitary confinement, baby. And you actually did that shit to yourself. You got a key on here, so like, it's not like you can't, not be in solitary confinement. You can't get out of it. But then you got the 5 of Pentacles, which means is that, sweetheart, you're gonna wind up homeless if you don't be careful. People don't have to help you. People don't have to rescue you. People, just because you can pass for white and just because you say you're a black woman doesn't mean shit, okay? People don't fucking have to help you. Whether they're white, black, or everything in between, let alone biracial, especially half white and half black people. They don't have to fucking help you worth a damn, okay? You either are the abuser or you are the abused or the abusee, depending on whether or not I'm right in those terms. But this is the abused card. So you can't say that you're being abused. You might be abused, but then who is abusing you is a whole nother question. Is it Harry? Was it your mom? Was it your dad? Was it your siblings? Who abused you? Because it wasn't the royal family. Because I saw that shit and I was like, you just know. I already spoke of the ace. Because here your independent card. And this is card number 1. And then you got a cap 2. I already spoke of that shit. Ace of Wands to the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, creativity, ideologies, independence, self-employment, entrepreneurship, just in the beginning of it, in the making, it's the beginning for everything. Then you got the Ace of Cups, beginning of emotional attachment. Then you are healed, you're whole, you are allowing yourself to feel some emotions. It's probably going to hit you a lot later than sooner though, so be prepared for the fact that you really just fucked everything up, because it's going to hit you like a hurricane. It just is, because you're dodging the emotions that come along with going through these things. You're lacking like joy, you're lacking love, you're lacking passion, you're lacking compassion, you're lacking empathy, you're lacking sympathy, you're an empathizer. You're not even close to being able to sympathize, let alone empathize with anybody, especially since you're biracial and you're an apathetic person. It's just like, oh my God, that's not even a cliche. Like, you can't even relate to even other biracial people. It's that fucking weird, Then you got the Ace of Swords. Communication, adversity, triumph, being triumphant in everything that you do, etc., etc., etc. But at this point in your life, Megan, Ace of Swords would be in reverse. like I said, everything, just because your oracle card said that everything is upright doesn't mean it's upright. It's long, long gone, and it's long overdue. So a lot of your emotions that's going to hit you like a hurricane is going to come once you realize how much is too much that you wound up having to lose. Okay, you lost everything. Whether it's your fault or somebody else's, I don't know. I don't care. 50% is you and 50% is somebody else. I don't care who it is. Last card, card number 2, threaten. Damn. So you're being threatened, whether it's by somebody that is your enemy or somebody that kind of like gets you better than you get yourself. Threatened. They can threaten you emotionally. They can threaten you physically. They can threaten you financially. They can threaten you mentally. They can threaten you verbally. They can threaten you like your whole entire career, your independence. You got solitary, abused, independent, and threatened. So clearly, you're gonna go through a lot of shit once you go and start realizing that you're losing a lot of everything. So yeah, card number 2 is 2 of Wands, is partnership, choices that you're going to have to make in order to establish a new project, a new goal in life. But you're going to have to really think about it and think it thoroughly. You're going to have to make a decision, and this decision is either going to make or break you, or remake you again, or break you again. And depending on whether or not you're crazy enough to get your ass back up again, if you stay down, you're gonna stay down. So, right? So 2 of Wands, definitely duality and partnership, and it's about making a choice in regards to how you want to handle the rest of your life and your ideals of how you would like to handle the rest of your life. 2 of Cups, reunion, reconciliation, being able to mend that broken bridge. For some tarot cards, the broken bridge is represented by a rainbow, a promise of good things to come, but, who knows, but, yeah, if you don't reconcile ASAP, you're gonna reconcile years to come, or never. Okay, 2 of Swords. You are going to deal with a lot of indecisiveness. You're going to deal with stagnation. You're going to deal with you being in a deadlock hold, and you're going to have to deal with the fact that you're nothing without the people that supports you, and that you're nothing without the people who invest in you. Like I said before, you're talentless and you're a dick. So, like, nobody's really going to fuck with that type of energy. Not even bad guys will want to fuck with that type of energy. They're just kind of like, look, if you have absolutely nothing to offer, stay away, stay away, stay away. Even bad people who are quite honest and genuine and quite, like, transparent about being bad people, I don't think that even they would want to fuck with you. You're like that person now. So it's like, but then you got the 2 of Pentacles, which means that you're going to have to work with balancing what is being imbalanced in your life. It doesn't have to be equivalent. It doesn't have to be equalized. It's not an exact equilibrium equation, if I can say that. It's more like one scale can't outweigh the other, because that's what gets to define you as being guilty or not. So when one scale is heavier than the other scale, that's not good. You want your scale to be kind of like this, but not too much like this or like this. You want it to be like this or like this or slightly like this, just slightly, but not too much, just the right amount, but not like all the way here or all the way there, because, you're going to be guilty if one of those scales winds up going like this, and it's lopsided, just all together. You know, even this is kind of like, you know, the Egyptian scale where people weigh out the heart against the feather. And if the feather is like, if the feather outweighs the heart, you're innocent. Or maybe too innocent, then we gotta wonder what you've been doing, you know. Hopefully you've been making the right calls, you know. But if your heart outweighs that feather though, that's where things are going to like set you up for a major disaster. Okay. Last card. So I'm going to use two different decks for this one, okay? This is a beautiful deck. This is a Wild Woman Oracle deck. Okay. So I'm going to take two from this deck, two from the top. Then I'm going to take two from the De La Luna Answers Oracle deck. Beautiful deck, beautiful deck. I also kind of like upright them and reverse them, so you can tell that they're in a reversal though, but whatever. Oh, this is cute. Okay, so for the first deck, we have Bastet and Sekhmet. Ferocious femininity. Card 22 as well. In numerology, this is the divine number. Okay, so 22 equals 4. So I'm not going to go into too many details in regards to that. But what I am picking up from this card though is that you might need to turn that down. If you have been abused, go to a therapist, okay? Go to a counselor, go to a psychiatrist, go to a psychoanalysis and analysis or psychoanalyst. Go to a psychoanalyst, go and get yourself psychotherapy, because you're being too animalistic. You're being too aggressive. This is overkill. You got two of the badass bitches in Egyptian mythology or Egyptian folklore. It doesn't matter which one because they are part of the Egyptian culture. So you got Bastet and Sekhmet, ferocious femininity. And then we got this card, the feeling are mutual in reverse. Okay? Nobody likes you. That's what it says. It says feelings are mutual, right? But it's in reverse. It's not like the feelings aren't mutual. It's like you can say that. And you can also say that it is quite literally mutual. It's just not mutual in the way that you want it to be mutual. It is in, you feed me your hatred and I'm going to feed you mine. You feed me your fears and I will feed you mine. You feed me malice and I'm going to feed you mine. And that's making what you're responsible for now. Second card, 30. I am whole. Wholeness. I just told you about this. Completion. We got the sun and the moon. Day and night. We got a lioness and a goddamn lizard. And we got the goddess of the day and the goddess of the night. How cool is that? How cool is that? Now this card is paired off with the unresolved issues, but it is in reverse. Hey Mara, you want our love reading? Okay. Unresolved issues. And Megan, until you fix yourself and until you fix everything that you have done and ask people for forgiveness and actually mean that and show up and show out through your actions, girl, things are going to remain unresolved between you and your family, between you and the royal family, and between you and the whole entire world. I don't know why you chose to become Harry's wife. You don't know the repercussions of that. And girl, you are officially a part of history. So it's like, what were you thinking? You know, like for real, like what were you thinking? Why are you like, everybody's gonna know about you in the books, just so you know. So get that shit together, okay? All right, peace out, Megan. Peace out, peace out, peace out. Somebody said they wanted a reading. Okay, just know that if it's going to be a private reading, then it should go to my Skype. Okay, this one is for recruiting. If you guys are going to join my channel, you guys get a free reading. If you guys are going to bring some new recruits to my channel, you guys definitely will be getting a free reading. Okay, and those of you guys who are recruiting me some clientele, you guys will be getting free readings, and the clientele, they will get I want to say a 3 free-day test trial with me. And after that, they can see if whether or not they still want to work with me or not. And they can go ahead and get a private reading. You new? Okay, you get a free reading. Okay, so I'm going to use the goddess decks, okay? So what would you like to know, Marwa? Marwa? I think that's it. Mira. I'm going to call you Mira because I don't know if I'm pronouncing Marwa. Marwa White, right? Marwa. Marwa. I'm single. Okay, so you want a love reading? List here. Let me see. No, that's not it. Okay, so when you would like to fall in love, I think, let me see. Can I get the message board on here? Let me see, because that was, nope, that's not it. Okay, chat viewing options, top chat, live chat. There we go. Okay, so I can see you now. I'm new, thank you so much. I'm single, I want to know what next in love. Okay, so Father God and Mother Goddess. Wait, let me do my thing. I gotta tune in and channel in. Oh. Okay. mojo cleansed in. I am ready to channel and tune in. Okay, Father God and Mother Goddess. I, Black Mermaid Oracle, come to you and seek out the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I come to ask that you open my heart, my mind, my body, my soul, and spirit, so on me channel and receive your divine message with acceptance, acknowledgement, and appreciation. Okay, so not only am I going to use the Goddess cards, I'm going to use the Lover's Path Tarot as well. So let me get my hands on that. Okay. Time to get to work. Okay, love life. Okay, I'm receiving already. Okay. Yep, I picked the right decks for this. So I'm going to use a Goddess deck as well as the Heal Yourself reading cards by Ina Segal. Because it's best to work on your femininity independently and to work on your femininity in partnership and in duality. On Hindu goddesses, Hindu goddesses. I would recommend you do some readings on, I recommend you do some research on the Hindu goddesses. The Hindu goddesses are all about duality and partnership. But they are the only ones that I can think of that seem to be two halves of one coin. And when you look into the Hindu gods and goddesses, you'll see why I say that. Okay, Father God, Mother Goddess, I, Black Mermaid, come to you and seek the truth, the hope. Well, let me put those two to the side because I should have started it without doing my thing first. Okay, so Father God and or Mother Goddess, I, Black Mermaid Oracle, come to you and seek the truth, the whole truth, and seek the truth. I ask that you look at my heart, my mind, my body, my soul, and spirit, so I may channel and receive the divine message with acceptance, acknowledgement, and appreciation. I ask that you deliver me a Mari's message that is specifically for her regarding her love life. Okay? So I'm going to introduce you to the other two cards first. Mari, you got Letting Go, 26, which is card 8, and then you have Selling Out. Okay, and I'm going to interpret these first. So as you got, if you recall, well, let me go ahead and go down this road with you first. Card number 26 equals 8, right? 8 of Wands is travel and messages coming to you in rapid speed. So it can come to you through email, it can come to you in mail, it can come to you through social media. But it'll be coming to you in rapid speed. Then we got the 8 of Cups, which is the letting go card, which now I'm going to get into, which I will be getting into some details with you once I'm done. So 8 of Cups is definitely representing the letting go card. Then we got the 8 of Swords, and that's feeling trapped. And then we got the 8 of Pentacles, which is perfecting your skills, your talents, and whatever it is that you intend to work on in life, right? So what that is implying, Mari, is that, like I said before, some messages are going to be delivered to you. Some signs are going to be delivered to you in rapid speed. You might obtain this information through travel as well. Whether it is local or national or international, it doesn't matter because the traveling are in the cards. Okay? So what the card of 8 of Cups is asking you to do is to learn to let go. Okay? Let go of your fears. Let go of that low self-esteem. Let go of the heartache and pain. Let go of the past breakups that you may or may not have experienced just yet. But also let go of the perception of family. Family, just because that is a title, a term that we use for our blood family, doesn't mean that they are actually our family. There is your physical family, and then there is your spiritual family. And your spiritual family, I think more often than not, are usually represented through your marriage than it is through your, well, it's not just through your physicalities in life, but usually it's represented through your marriages and your choice of partner and who you wound up having the most connections with and the most ties with, okay? But you can create your own family as well based off of what you need and versus what you want, because one thing I have learned through life is that life throws you a curveball and or a fastball. So you're not going to expect certain things to come your way or to kind of like do a hit and run or a hit and miss. Okay, hopefully it'll be a hit and miss, but if you get into a hit and run, you know, it's like, oh, okay, so that's not the good person for me or the good family for me. So that's like I said, you got your blood physical family, but then you got your spiritual family as well, and then your communal family that you have created on your own before you met your partner, you know, and after you've left your family behind, hence the letting go card. Okay, then we got the 8 of Swords. You have to let go of feeling trapped. Okay, one thing about being a monotheist is that it seems to make marriages seem like it is a trap, and no marriage should ever feel like it's a trap. Okay, if it feels like a trap, the best thing for you to do is to get out of there, because if it is a trap, it is a unhealthy relationship that is not based off of your needs, but it is based off of your self-esteem being low due to your traumas and your experiences. And same goes for your partner, whether that your partner is male or female. So you gotta let go of the ideology of, oh, I'm trapped. You're never gonna be trapped unless you choose to be trapped, okay? Then you got the 8 of Pentacles, I believe. And the 8 of Pentacles symbolizes honing in on what it is that you want to see manifest itself. It comes right before the Nine of Wands, where you can indulge in savor your pleasures. It also comes before the 10 of Pentacles, which is based off of your legacy, your lineage, and the inheritance that comes along with it. In regards to heritage and lineage, the thing is that it's the inheritance doesn't have to be financial. It can be your genetics, your health. It could be your mentality. I'm definitely bipolar, and I don't know how many members of my family are bipolar. I was diagnosed with it when I was in my early 20s, but I have learned that you can receive bipolar issues genetically or just through some traumas, one or the other. Schizoaffective disorder, I was diagnosed with that. I don't know how much of my family or can relate to me on that part. I know I've got PTSD, but that's just because I've been diagnosing myself based off of my insecurities and my traumas throughout my lifetime, because I'm about to turn 34, you know. So like it could be that kind of inheritance. That's what I'm using for an example. Um, it can also be an inheritance of spiritual wealth, spiritual abundance, but it can also lead to spiritual blessings as well as spiritual curses, you know, which leads into mental and emotional traumas, and that can lead to some like genetic, I don't know if I can call it an enhancement, but um, some like mental disabilities, mental illnesses, mental diseases, you know, those kinds of things. In regards to inheritance, genetically and mentally and emotionally, it can lead to you to like growing up in an unhealthy environment. Your mother can be an abuser and your father can be the abused, or vice versa. And you would think that that's normal because nobody has ever bothered to tell you that it's not, and that it's not a healthy way to live your life in your marriage. So your ideology of marriage within itself should be letting go of until you actually get into a marriage yourself, or get into relationships where you're free of your worst fears. Even fears is kind of like you gotta let that go too. You know, fear of being judged, fear of being ridiculed, fear of never finding the one. Sometimes we are either meant to be living our life as independent beings, or we're meant to live our lives within a community. Sometimes we were meant to live our lives with our partners within a community. Sometimes some people were meant to be single parents, you know. It depends on where you want to go. It's not really as inscripted into the canvas or into your, or to have it be engraved into your stone. Let's just say it's not written in stone, and it's not set in guarantee, absolute guarantee that things are going to turn up that way. But the fact that those are the curveballs and the fastballs that I'm telling you about that life may throw at you, though these are possibilities and they happen. And sometimes people have failed marriages because they can't have kids, and that's just another curveball within itself. So these are the things that I'm telling you that you need to let go of, because these are all possibilities. But that doesn't mean that it's set in stone. That doesn't mean that it has to happen. And if it does, it doesn't mean that you should love yourself any less. Okay? So with all of that in the way, we go into letting go. And that's just exactly what you need to do. This is the first card that came out for you. Let everything go. Let your ideology of what people expect you to live your life, let it all go. You got card number one, which is like the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles, which is the beginning of everything. It's just the beginning. The beginning of newfound creativity, the new beginnings of independence. You know, you can be like Oprah if that's what you want to do. The question is do you want to invest in that lifestyle? Or do you want to turn up like some of the other females within the social elite community, where you not only get to have everything like Oprah has, but you also wind up finding your lifelong partner, even whether it's temporary or not. Let go of that ideology as well, and just keep rolling with life and keep getting back up again. You know, it's also the Ace of Cups, which is the beginning of emotions, connections, new connections time and time again. It's the beginning of change. You're allowing yourself to be overwhelmed by your emotions. You're not trying to emotionally block yourself, because your emotions, your mentality is what either make or break you in regards to your relationships. So when you're mentally and emotionally are unavailable, that makes you negligent, or it can make you abusive, because there are like mental abuse, emotional abuse, guilt tripping type of abuse, verbal abuse, etc., even physical abuse. But this card is called the selling out. Okay, and what this is indicating is to never sell yourself short, despite what the curveballs or the fastballs that life may bring you. Never sell yourself short. You are who you choose to be. If you want to choose to be Oprah with a family, be Oprah with a family. If you want to be Oprah with a big ass mansion with a whole bunch of animals because you love animals, then be that person. If you want to be Oprah with all that money but with a very, very simple life, because I mean, why not? It's a lot easier to maintain than trying to have a big ass mansion, that's for sure. You can even have a farm. You know, you can go all out and do that. You can be a part of a relationship, whether you are straight, bi, or pansexual, transgender even. You can love people unconditionally. So never sell yourself short, because at the end of the day, God is trying to bless you however you need to be blessed. So when you cut off your circulation, you're cutting off the blood flow, whether it's to your arms or to your legs. You're cutting it off, and it's not going to be able to go back through your heart. And when that happens, you're not allowing your heart to experience pain or misfortune, because you don't want to experience those things. You want to experience the positivity in life. But the thing is that the negative comes with the positive, and the positive comes with the negative. You can't have one without the other. But the thing is that if you allow negativity to break you and to keep you down, that's your decision alone. But if you allow your reality to help you improve, to help you get better and to become a better person, instead of making you into another statistic, aiming to become a more toxic concept of family, because that happens. That's genetic, that's inherent, whether it's spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, or verbal. That's basically, I would say it's a non-dispute debate or a debatable or sorts, because at the end of the day, it's kind of like, it's a part of life too. Life comes with death and death comes with life. Death makes way for something new to be brought into this world. You're supposed to let your family go so that you can make room for a new family, whether you create that family with a community or you create that family with your spouse. But the thing is that you won't just get what you've been wanting. You'll be creating what you need and creating what you want. But the thing is, again, life. Your partner isn't going to be perfect. You're not perfect. The sooner you can acknowledge that, the better off you both will be, because that allows you to feel complete and that allows you to feel whole. And it doesn't make you feel like you're a bad person just because you can't keep up the act that you are perfect. You're not supposed to be perfect. God called us perfect imperfections. Whether people like that term or not, God saw us as perfect imperfections, because he wasn't asking us to be under his command and do everything perfectly. We can try to be our best selves that we can possibly be, but the point is to keep trying, to keep getting back up, and to never back down from a challenge. Okay? So that's the term of selling out. Selling out is putting everybody else's happiness above yours because you feel like you don't deserve it. So if you want yourself Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, go and get him. Divorces happen. Marriages happen. And a lot of times people don't get married. That's a part of life too. But again, it's like we are God's children. So it's kind of like, hey, but don't ever sell yourself short. If whatever it is that you want, I'm not saying you gotta make a man cheat. If the man cheats, that's entirely on him, first of all, because he's not a dutiful husband that he self-proclaims himself to be. But when he is, respect that decision and love him, because that's the most beautiful thing that rarely ever gets to be seen, let alone be heard of for some groups of people, especially myself, because I don't get to grow up with that a lot. So seeing it from other people makes me very happy and makes me hopeful for myself. you know. So keep that in mind, that you can have that kind of hope for yourself as well, you know. You're the next card. You got unleash your creativity, right? This is card 31, card number 4. 4 is all about stability and marriage and security, okay? And especially in regards to your career life, your ideals, in regards to your creative endeavors, you know. You're creating stability for your children. You're creating stability for yourself. You're creating stability with your partner, for your kids, for your legacy, for the future generation. But the thing is that they're also are asking you to actually enjoy your life to the absolute fullest. Don't ever let yourself not live your life. Don't ever let yourself not be happy. Just be grateful that life can't tear you down. Be grateful that you're always going to be the kind of person to get back up again and keep trying to find something new, something better. You know, and despite how worse things can possibly get, you're always going to shine out your light and love yourself tremendously, because that's what God would want you to do. You're not supposed to be competing with everybody else on how they do things or when they do things and why they get things that you don't get to have. You're not supposed to compete with people. You're just supposed to compete with yourself on how you can become a better person, because the only person that can compete with you is you. Don't nobody know you like that. Don't nobody know you the way that you know you. So unleash your creativity. Whether you have your community, whether you've got your family or not, unleash your creativity. That might be a way for you to connect with your future partner and to meet your new family. Maybe you might want to go to a gallery. Maybe you might want to go to and be a hobbyist and go and learn sculpting. Maybe you might want to sculpt through marble. Maybe you might want to sculpt, I don't know. Maybe you might want to create jewelry. Maybe you want to paint. I mean, unleash your creativity. If you want to write poetry, go and write poetry. But for damn sure, unleash your creativity, because I really think your partner in your community and your family might stem from you finding out your truth in regards to how you want to express yourself and your ability to love yourself and to love others as well. I believe these are connected. So let me get into 4. I already said 4 of Wands. Next we go into 4 of Cups. It's okay to yearn for certain things, but make sure that you have a detachment from it as well. Making your wish is fine, but make sure that you don't set yourself up for a major disappointment. When you make your wish, make sure you have an emotional disattachment from it. You gotta detach from that wish, because it either comes or it doesn't. And that's the thing. Things that are spiritual, things that are wishful thinking, it comes on a spiritual time. And the spiritual time is like that. But for our time, it's going to be a little longer. It could take a week. It could take 2 weeks. It can take a whole month. It could take 2 months. Or it might take a year. Or it might take 2 years. But for the spirit realm, again, it goes like that. But for us, it takes us a while to create an open space for us to be available so that we can receive that blessing. Okay? Then you go into the 4 of Swords, which means, baby girl, you're going to have to rest, relax, contemplate, meditate. Make sure you play some music, dive deep, do some soul searching, do some shadow work too, because you might need to heal yourself from that selling out energy. Okay? Then you go into the 4 of Pentacles. Never hold yourself back. Don't ever hold the blessings or the curses back, okay? There's such a thing as karma and dharma, so, and cause and effect, and this is the equilibrium. This is an equivalent exchange. I actually learned that term from Full Metal Alchemist. It is a equivalent exchange. What people do unto you, you do unto them back, okay? You can work like that physically, or you can work like that energetically and just pray that God actually, you know, justifies everything that needs to be settled, you know. It's like you do deserve to, like, have your justice, because at the end of the day, you know, somebody did you wrong, you know. But the thing is that when somebody do you wrong, you cleanse yourself, you purge yourself. You hear? Um, Not only that, but you're going to have to also allow yourself to your the thing is that you'll be blocking yourself, okay? When you withhold your blessings, you not only withhold your blessings, but you prohibit others from blessing you as well. And when you think that people don't deserve any curse backs and you withhold your tongue, chances are people are still gonna fuck you over, and it's gonna be like, okay, why? You know, and then you're just kind of like, why? Why would that be mandatory for them? Why would they ever go at me like that when I wasn't even trying to approach them like that? But the thing is that people are supposed to pay for their actions. They are supposed to pay the price for their actions. So when you prohibit a person from learning from their mistakes, learning from their sins, you're just kind of like, you're not allowing them to learn through the words and the wisdom and the knowledge and the actions of God. Like I said, there's such a thing as karma and dharma and cause and effect. And when somebody causes infliction onto you and it affects you, it's meant to be like bounced right back or to be delivered back. But like again, you can let the spirit realm handle it, or you can handle it yourself, or you can be like, you know what, I'm just gonna let it go. But either way, when you withhold blessings or curses, you're blocking blessings and curses from entering. So like, even though you feel like you're trying to protect yourself from negativity and from curses, just because you're doing exactly that doesn't mean that you're not blocking yourself from receiving any abundance, love, unconditional love, forgiveness, happiness, all the things that you have been looking for. You're blocked. Just because you're blocking yourself from dealing with the negativity doesn't mean you're not blocking yourself from the positivity as well. That's the point. You can't have life without death, or death without life, or you can't live a life where you just want all the good things to happen to you, but none of the repercussions of how that is supposed to work out for you. You know, you gotta allow yourself to breathe and be like, allow these negative situations to teach you and to not break you, but to remake you like a phoenix, you know. As a matter of fact, I would recommend you listen to Imagine Dragons, Phoenix, and then listen to Centuries. I think that's also by, I don't know if it's like the Fallout Boys or Imagine Dragons as well, but Centuries and Phoenix, definitely listen to those songs and you'll know what I'm saying. Next we got Temptation 19. So this is, I think this is connected to the selling out card, okay? There's a connection. You might be tempted to do what's best, or you might be tempted to do what's wrong. One thing I have learned throughout my life being on this planet is that just because you do a whole lot of good things doesn't mean you're going to get rewarded for it. And just because you do a lot of bad things doesn't mean half the time you're going to get punished for it. And sometimes good things do happen to good people, and sometimes bad things happen to bad people. But that's where everything kind of gets a little gray. So people like to live in black and white, but when you're dealing with repercussions and karma, it's kind of like that's the most greatest thing that is ever going to exist in our state of minds and in our lives. It's just gray. I don't know why. But temptation. Do not fall into temptation, okay? Temptation can lead to you selling out yourself. I think this is about your love life, because this woman is beckoning. Well, actually, this man is beckoning this woman to get with him, and she's just kind of like, well, no, but okay, you know. And it's just kind of like, no, baby girl, don't do it. He's a spirit and you're human. Are you asking for a death wish? You know, sometimes certain people are just, you're just not supposed to get with, you know. But you'll be tempted But do not fall into temptation. And if you do fall into temptation, be self-aware enough to acknowledge that there are repercussions for falling into temptation, good or bad, you know, but you'll never know unless you dive into the unknown. Okay? But yeah, like I said, you be tempted to do what's best for you or to do what's worse for you. You'll be tempted to to sell yourself out, and they're just kind of like, spirit woman's just kind of like, don't ever sell yourself out. This motherfucker could be married, and you're just like, I'm in love with him, but I don't want to be in this one-sided relationship, and I definitely don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who's married. You know, I have that experience, but I couldn't because, like, I don't like not having someone that's not mine. At the end of the day, you know, it's just, I'm possessive like that. I'm a bitch like that, and that's okay. But that's the thing about temptation, though. Just because you really want someone, just because you can feel a connection between yourself and that person, doesn't mean that they are good for you, let alone were meant to, like, be a part of your life, like, forever. You know, some people come into your lives to teach you a lesson about yourself, and where you get to draw your line, you know, but some people will challenge you. So you either accept the challenge and pass the test, or you can wind up failing the test. But either case, temptation is just another term for test or challenge. So make your decision and make sure that you do what's best for you, okay? I would, let me see. Okay, so I really think that might be it. That was the Heal Yourself Oracle. What do I want to do? I feel like I should do one more. You know what? I think your reading is going to be a oracle reading. So these are some advice for you, okay? And after this one, I will be retiring, you guys. Okay, Mari, or Marwa, Marwa. I got 2. Father God and Mother Goddess, I, Black Mermaid, come to you and seek the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I come to ask that you open my heart, my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit, so that I may channel and receive your divine message with acceptance, acknowledgement, and appreciation. Father God and Mother Goddess, are there any more messages for Marwa, or Mari? Let's just go Mari. The W and the A. I can see Mar, short for Mars, but the Wa is what gets me. And I don't want to mispronounce that name. What other message do you have for Mari? 2 cards. Okay. 2 cards. Interesting. Okay, so I've got 2 cards for you, and after that, that is it. Okay, so your 2 cards is live playfully and with a light heart. Listen to the voice of your inner child. The next card, here you go. Beautiful card too. Last card, a light-filled angel is at your side. It watches over you at every dark doorway. Okay. So, I'm not going to get into the numbers. But what this is asking you to do, Mari, is that you are to listen to the voice of your inner child. Your partner is going to come your way once you start living your life and start living it abundantly and start loving yourself for all that you are, for better and for worse. And know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and you are still able to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Even the part where you accept humble advice, you know, and accept people calling you out sometimes. Because some people will be like, oh, I prefer sugar coated shit. But you can only have that a certain amount of times. Have it too many times and you get tired of it, and then you'll be like, is there anybody that's going to give me the truth? You know? So you might want to be 50-50 on that. But live your life, enjoy it, love it, cherish it, okay? And when a man comes to you, he'll come to you. It could be a woman. I don't know. I just said he. Okay? And know that your guardian angels, Father God and Mother Goddess, are watching over you. So if you ever need any guidance, ask Father God and Mother Goddess, or Mother Goddess if you're a monotheist, because there is a Wicca group that also believes in worshiping a male god and or a male goddess, or gods plural. But if you believe in more than one god, that is actually okay, because they kind of help you. They kind of help guide you through life, you know, and to differentiate between the person that you really want yourself to be versus the person that you really need to be versus the person that God has designed you to be, which is probably all the above. Okay? You're being guided. You're being taught everything that you need to know. The spirit realm is watching over you. So don't be afraid to live, laugh, and love. Okay? No selling out. Okay? But that doesn't mean that it's a one-way street. Other people shouldn't be able to sell themselves out too. If somebody wants to get with you, instead of compromising, I have learned this. Compromise means somebody is going to not win. So what you want to do is pursue a consensus relationship, and I think it is spelled CONSESUS, consensus. I'm not quite sure, but consensus is all about both of you guys being able to win. So when you get a two-way street relationship, that's the best and most healthiest relationships. Never the one-way street. If you're a masochist, one-way streets might be your thing. But if you're not, even if you are a masochist, you still deserve to be in a relationship where your values and your opinions is just as valued as you value your partners, okay? You're going to be guided. You're going to be protected. So always call on your angels and guides. It doesn't matter what your belief may be. Know that all the gods and all the angels and Father God and Mother Goddess are watching over you, whether you believe in them or not, okay? They're always going to be watching you, and they're always going to be listening. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming over here. Thank y'all for watching this video. Thank you for Mari for being new, and you got your free reading. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank y'all for y'all likes. I don't know who y'all likes are, but I'm going to look into my thing and see. And for those of you guys who like this video, I'm going to make sure you guys get your free readings, okay? All right, let me make sure that I get as close to this thing as possible so I can tap out. Let me see. All right, you guys.